And coming to you live from an old woman's house on a hill where Oklahoma pulled out a squeaker and USC and Lincoln Riley and Caleb Williams are 0-3 against Kyle Winningham in Utah. It is Sports Allegedly.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this episode on this October 23rd, 2023. Crescent to my right, Sean across the way. Thanks for joining us today. Let's just get right into the college football. What a weekend of college football. Just when you think that week one couldn't get any better just because it's here, week two's a little better because you got better matchups. Week three usually sucks ass. Then you get into conference play. This weekend was a dandy. You talk about upsets, big wins, almost nail-biters.
Hangovers.
For sure.
A lot of hangovers.
I think the most impressed, though, let's talk about a little bit of our local teams. I don't really think we need to talk a lot about Tulsa, who got their ass kicked.
Come on. They see what I mean. They tried that 2-quarterback shit. It's the same stuff OSU was trying, and OSU kept getting beat. Trying that. Stick with one quarterback. Keep it going. SMU's coming up.
Well, I think
that's going to be another barn burner of a loss for them.
I think the thing that we discredited, though, that Rice has been so bad for years. JT Daniels on his 17th team has come back.
I thought it was the 16th team.
Whatever. At 24-37, 342 yards. The defense is the one that puked down their leg in this game. Quarterbacks didn't play worth a shit. They got 10 points in the second, didn't score the rest of the game. Braxton and Williams combined for 11 to 22, only 138 yards. Sean, kick that up a little bit. What was rushing? Did they do anything there? I mean, Braxton ran the ball a lot, probably because he was running for his life. Tulsa we have given them credit a little bit for some of a couple of the wins they had because they've been surprises. But in reality, Kevin Wilson and them's got a long way to go. And it's just they've got some talented players. I think team concept, so overall, they just ain't got to put together. And their defense is actually what has been under Montgomery, the former coach. The defense was the strong point, even though he was an offensive coordinator. Gillespie, who's now a defensive coordinator for the past few years at TCU, that was a strong point that they had. And they just don't have that right now. So got to get the talent back on defense, especially in the AAC, who generally they like to toss the ball around, like I said. And it was only 30, but they did give up 170 yards rushing. It was 5.5 point average. It just wasn't good. Crescent, pull up, what's their next week? Who's Tulsa got next week? Are they off?
Okay.
Didn't even look.
No, they got SMU.
Oh.
I just said that. They're going into SMU.
Yes, that's right. You did. I'm sorry. And that's not going to be pretty either. I think the spread was 20.
Something like that.
It was 20 or 24. I couldn't remember. I don't foresee Tulsa pulling out that win either. They're going to have to get some of these wins later as far as it goes to... That sounds a lot better. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you, producer Sean. and I think that what that's going to do is that's going to have to add a lot to the... they're going to have to win a few games. I mean, who they got left? Charlotte. I think there was,
East Carolina.
We looked at that. This one was a one they needed. They really needed to get to potentially become bowl eligible. Obviously, you can become bowl eligible with 5 wins, but Tulsa's going to be farther down the list to get that, even if there's not enough teams.
SMU, Charlotte, Tulane, and North Texas.
Oh, we still have Tulane left?
Yep, and East Carolina is your last game.
Yeah, I don't see a bowl game happening.
Nope.
No.
We're going to have to win to Charlotte and East Carolina.
Yeah, that'd be the 2. And then they're going to have to upset Tulane, SMU, and what was the other one? Tulane,
North Texas.
North Texas is a
toss-up, yeah.
That's a possibility. They haven't been as strong as they have.
I don't know. We thought FIU was going to be a FAU.
But, hey, listen, like Sean just said, word of the wise, Tulsa.
Tulsa, stop doing the 2-quarterback.
Pick a quarterback, let him play.
Stop trying to make Braxton happy because he is healthy now.
But if he's healthy, let him play.
Put him in. If not, let Cardell play and play how you've been playing because you're screwing up the entire offense. Because what they did was they flared him out. They played him as running back. They flared him out and played him as wide receiver. They put him in slot, and that's not it's not working for them. They need to, because, like I said, Oklahoma State did this early, playing 3 quarterbacks,
and lost,
and it did not work for them.
Well, let's move on to Oklahoma State. Let's talk a little bit about Oklahoma State. So,
sorry, Tulsa. That's all the time you get.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
we opened with Tulsa. I mean, come on.
5 minutes is all you get, Tulsa.
So, as we moved to Oklahoma State, I mean, what an impressive turnaround, to be honest. We had them dead in the water after the loss to Southern Alabama. They had another loss to somebody that...
They beat,
what was the other loss?
They beat Alabama State.
Do we have Creston?
I'm working on it.
But since they have settled on a quarterback who I was wrong, I will readily admit that I thought Gundy would have been the better one.
Iowa State.
Iowa State was the short. Yes, Iowa State was that. But I think that was only a 7-point loss.
Yeah, it was close.
34-27
It's way closer
or
than
something
that.
like that.
34-27. You are correct.
So they go out and they beat West Virginia, who look like the darlings. I mean, West Virginia lost on a Hail Mary to Houston.
Kyle Neal, is that what his name is? The coach?
Neil Brown.
Neil Brown. Neil Brown's fighting for his job.
And they look good. I mean, they lost on a Hail Mary to Houston. Then they turn around, they come to OSU, and, 17-13 at half, they were winning. And then the fourth quarter, I mean, they give up 28 points to Oklahoma State. Now, Ollie Gordon, oh, mama.
He's come alive. He's come alive in the second half of the season.
Come alive? Why haven't they been playing him at all? Mike Gundy has a history of not playing his best players at certain times.
282 yards rushing just for that game.
I know. I mean, it's nuts. And if you watch that game, which we did, I mean, in the O-line, which I've screamed about, and most people have, is they're not that good. But the holes that Gordon was finding, and maybe they've just gotten better, I don't know. Give credit to Casey Dunn. His play calling's gotten a little better. But they're giving it to the right players. They kept stuck with Bowman, who I think's very average, but apparently he's rusty. He's gotten better as the years went on. He's the best
shown definite improvement in the last.
Well, and he's always been the
games.
best passer. We've always said that. He's just not mobile. But when you have a running back like Ollie Gordon, I mean, geez, give him 29 carries.
29 for almost 300 yards.
Yeah, and of course he had the one long one for 53, which helps his average. But, 4 touchdowns. And West Virginia, as a defense, that they're going to give it to that guy. But Bowman had a pretty good game, 24-36. He had the one pick, but 2 touchdowns. He just did.
Oh, Priestley's come alive too.
Presley,
the transfer.
No, his brother, I think, was the other transfer.
Oh, okay. He's come alive in the last few games. Like they're giving him they're giving him short passes. They're giving him long passes. He's doing really well. He's done better in the last 3 games.
Give your talent the ball. That will win you a game. Don't.
The playmakers need to have the ball in their
no
hand.
matter what. I mean, it's got to be a little bit different.
One issue is you're playing 3 quarterbacks. Those 3 quarterbacks have 3 different. They all have different favorite wide receivers and tight ends and.
Well, and the timing with those different players. That's what.
Agree with that. The timing.
Who was taking first team reps? Every time, during practice.
Well, you get 10, and the next guy gets 10, the next guy gets 10. They're not getting any. Creston's exactly right. You're not getting any timing with your passing game at all.
And somebody took West Virginia in the picks.
I did. That's 2 weeks in a row. Could be possibly 3 weeks in a row that OSU screwed me, because I know I definitely picked Kansas State.
Well, no, remember they screwed us in South Alabama too, because.
Well, yeah, but that's so old. That's old. I'd give up on them. Then I took all their opponents and started picking them. But hey, give credit to them. I mean, but one thing that looks good for me, they're sitting right now at 5-2, over under 6.5. Kenny, this guy called the over under, called it the over. I said it's too low, folks. I don't remember. 6.5 was the over under. I was like, easy.
I did not take him in the over after we watched the first game. I was
but remember that Oklahoma State in the standings is setting at just 1 loss.
Yeah, there's
tied for
second
with Kansas State,
Iowa State,
and Texas, and them. That's the 4 teams that's tied for second.
It's crazy. It's crazy and random that these guys that we wrote off at the beginning of the season are.
Yeah, we just talked about
it.
Well,
and setting tied for second.
But I thought that, though, the reason why we wrote them off, you guys, it just shows you that Gundy's teams continue to get better as the year goes on.
Well, we wrote them off because Coach Sealing had.
It's still Coach Sealing.
They're
not winning the Big 12. They're not going to
do what he did.
a playoff. Yeah, they're not. It's Coach Sealing.
You remember him and Baylor went to play for the play for the Big 12 title. Sorry, I got a little too silly there.
That would be breaking
but
the
he was
ceiling.
supposed to. Wasn't
Yeah,
it? But
shit.
Oklahoma State was supposed to. If Oklahoma State
crashing
had
the
won
ceiling.
that game, Oklahoma State was supposed to go play for the national title,
They wouldn't
or
have
at least
took
had a chance to play.
Yes.
And what happened?
They lost it on a goal line.
The next season, they fell apart.
No, but they lost that game on a goal line stand.
But they fell apart the next season.
But you can't. You know, Baylor had one of the better defenses that we've seen. OU or Texas wasn't in the Big 12. So you're blaming OSU for making the Big 12 championship and not winning.
No, I'm blaming Coach Sealing for the choices that he made after that loss.
I mean, they had a lot. I mean, it could have been seniors. I'd have to go back and look at the roster. I mean, how many draft picks they have? I don't know where the players went. Who knows? I'm just saying. You guys give him shit, but his
4.
4? I'm always you. 4?
But his teams generally, as the season goes on, always gets better. They do. Now, some of that is his fault. I do agree that for some reason, some of the best players and talented players on his
Sit on
team,
the bench because his.
or they don't.
I think it's his pride. I think he's
Does he do the senioritis shit?
No, I think he does the shit.
Is it a loyalty deal?
Yeah, it is. I think it is. I really do. I think that his ego gets in the way of him playing his best players.
Now, one thing that we haven't really considered is new defensive coordinator Nardo. Is it Nardo? It's not DiNardo.
DiNardo.
Is it Nardo or Nardo?
Nardo.
Yeah, I think it's just Nardo. He's new, young, first time he's got to play with these guys, and he's in Big 12 football, not Division 17 out in the East Coast. What he has gotten a little better too. The players, I mean, there's a learning curve there. Casey Dunn's had his. This is his second or third year as play caller. Hey, listen, they've gotten better. Give credit to them. What's next game, Creston?
Next game
It's
they have Cincinnati, then us.
That's homecoming at
then
Cincinnati.
UCF. Yeah. Yes.
No, not at Cincinnati. With
Cincinnati.
When
Homecoming.
Cincinnati
It's
is their
homecoming. It's homecoming.
And then they
And
got
look,
us,
and all of a
UCF, Houston, BYU is the last
Who is
game.
Houston? Who is Houston?
Can
anybody really name?
We'll get to that because I have that in my notes to talk about when we get to
Houston?
the end. So the interesting part that I want to watch is Ollie Gordon against the Cincinnati defensive line.
Are they playing Texas this year?
They aren't that bad.
Okay.
Now, everybody else on Cincinnati's not good. Secondary's weak. I mean, but I kind of want to see what that offensive line does with that defensive line.
I hate to
Cincinnati's
say it.
been a huge disappointment,
Well,
but they've got talent
but
on the defensive line.
Here's the deal. I think it's the fact that OU had beaten them, and they just crestfallen and have not come back from that OU loss.
Well,
Cincinnati was supposed to be, because I had Cincinnati picked higher in the Big 12, not last. That was reserved for West Virginia.
No kidding.
Do you still have the notes on those? We need to pull those out soon.
Well,
we'll get them. We'll get them eventually. We'll get them.
Eventually, we're going to be in a new studio, but we are in the transition.
Because that was a lot of fun to pick that.
It was.
Because there was, I mean, what is there like?
Because
82
you only
teams
asked
in
for
the
the
Big 12
top four, and you were like, yeah, whatever. You just
we went all the way down.
Who's at the bottom?
We went all the way down. So the funny thing is, though, is that obviously OSU has disappointed early, but has gotten better. And like you said, they're only 3-1 in conference. So Cincinnati, they should win, and then that comes to the big Bedlam game. If OU does what they need to do this week against Kansas, then we will know. That's going to be a huge Bedlam.
And who's quarterback? Who's quarterback on that Kansas team? Is it going to be?
It's going to be Bean. Yeah, Beans. I think Daniel's out for the year.
Because who went into Kansas and Oklahoma State went into Kansas and won. It was a 39-32 game, but still, nobody expected Oklahoma State to win.
Well,
I expected Bean to be
though.
better.
That was at OSU.
Oh, well,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
so they came to,
yeah.
but still, I expected Bean to be better.
No, I thought, I know he's not bad. I mean, they run the ball too. The defense is not bad, but the thing
he's not Daniels.
I think what we're discrediting though OSU the most about this, besides Ollie Gordon running for 80 miles, is that they went on the road in Morgantown, which is a generally hard place to play.
Yeah.
Well, because the
and they
travel
won
is
that.
so far. It's the farthest that anybody has to travel now.
Yeah, but I mean,
except
it's just
for
the
University of
environment.
Central
But
Florida.
the
Now, but it
environment
helped.
is-
What helped them though was 11 a.m.
How is that environment against a bunch of hillbillies and toothless, meth addicted rednecks?
You get them about a night game. You talk about a hard game. This
Yeah.
was 11 a.m. game. It helped a little
There's
bit.
5 women in that state I'd possibly marry. It's West Virginia. Come on. Now.
Oh, I'm sure he'd.
You
pick
know
more.
I've got low standards.
I'm going to let you know that is a rumor because I'm going to say there is about 5 women in that state you wouldn't marry.
That's a good point.
Well, they got to have all their teeth.
Yeah, I
Kenny
mean,
knows I'm a
you
tooth
act
man.
like. I mean, there is some. I mean, you watch the games. There's some pretty good looking ladies from West Virginia. Mm-hmm. Just saying.
Whoa, calm it down over there.
But no, it's a tough place to play, and good for them to go in and get the win. So, like I said,
Cincinnati has not won. They're new to the division, but they have not won yet. And I don't think anybody who's new to the division has won yet, have they?
I know
UCF
UCF
has
haven't.
not.
Mm-mm.
Houston has.
That's going to be
Houston almost did.
That was going to be an interesting game.
They even took out Quentin Ewers
No,
and just
2 weeks from now, UCF and Oklahoma State's going to be fun. Is that right,
It is,
Preston?
yeah.
Is that the next? Is that
Hold
UCF
on,
after
hold
OU?
on, hold on.
Yes.
I'll just hit it right here.
Yeah, that one's going to be fun because I want to see how their defense does.
Yep.
Oh yeah, they close out with
November
3
11th.
Shoot it.
Cincinnati
Listen.
6, Houston 7, BYU's 8. Just saying. I mean, they're going to cover, and they're going to be right at the top. They're going to go to a pretty good bowl game for an OSU team that should have done much better at the beginning of the year.
I'm still upset that Oklahoma State's not our last team to play in this game.
Or Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I
Or
missed
right
that. I
before,
really
yeah.
missed that. I missed the Bedlam being that far. Let's see. A
let's
little
move on.
update on the NFL. It is 10-0. 2-minute warning. Niners having a really, really slow start.
Not Brock Purdy.
You know what? Leave Brock Purdy alone.
We'll talk about Brock here in a minute.
No, we're not. No, you keep him out of your mouth. I told you. You cannot say anything about Brock Purdy. All right.
All right, let's move on to OU.
Oh,
Let's recap this game. Now,
That was a hard.
Obviously wrong.
I woke up during that game because remember my schedule's now off, so I had end up sleeping. And I woke up and we were losing, and I saw that some UCF wide receiver had blown kisses to the sideline while he was rolling down.
there was a lot of calls against OU this week. Bad.
You think what's his nuts? Yormark. You think Yormark was like,
don't even
get
know
him
the
on
guy's
anything
name.
you can?
You know, we joke about that though too, but it just seems odd. I don't know. There's just I mean,
Yeah,
even,
but the taunting,
we'll
the
talk-
personal foul when we stopped them and they had to kick a field goal. They were down at the 1, 1st and goal from the 1. Stop them on 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down, and we stopped him on the 3rd down, and he stands up over him and he points as he's walking away. That's just chipperness. I mean, I wasn't there. I didn't hear what he said. But when you point walking backwards, it's not like you ran into him. You were pushing him. You had hands on him.
Well,
I mean,
I agree.
you got to say.
And I think Venables about had a meltdown. He did have a meltdown on that personal foul when he was running down the sideline blowing a kiss
kisses,
to
yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean,
Yeah, so
what's
why
the
was that not
difference?
called?
What's the difference? Not that we care.
Well,
I mean,
what that
we
is,
won
what
the
that
game.
is,
I mean,
is
that,
OU's leaving.
no, it's just...
I'm just
done.
saying
They're
there's
done
a
with
lot of...
OU.
It is. We all look at those things a little more with the fine
There's
tooth
been
comb.
a lot. There's been a lot of terrible calls in both college and the NFL with referees. I don't
Did
know
you see
what.
Has
the
there
news?
been worse
Did you-
than coaches'
I
calls?
know we're
though?
on the college, but
No, we've had a
remind
lot of
this when we get to
sidelines. We've had a lot
the
of
NFL. Did you
sidelines.
see the new rules about losing draft picks and getting fined and shit for the
No, we'll
fighting
talk about
before
that.
games?
We'll talk
okay.
about that.
Yeah, just
No,
I
I-
have not either. I have not either. Wouldn't surprise me. That's why it's called the No Fun League. Anyway, so you go to college. I mean, you go to this game. What was the spread, Sean? 20?
It
19
started out at
19
19 and a half.
We all took the cover.
We took it at 18 and a half.
Okay, so we got
And,
lucky.
but before game time, it was down to 17 and a half.
Oh, so smart money did start to pull
Yeah,
that
everybody started taking.
Well, that's smart
And
money.
Gus Malzahn is not a bad coach. We talked about it last week. He is technically a local guy. He coached in Siloam, West Siloam,
Springdale.
Springdale, Arkansas, which for us is right across the border. We watched him grow
Shiloh Christian is the school.
Yeah, we grew up watching him as a high school football coach. He went to Tulsa and he coached in the
Arkansas
SEC.
first,
I
then
know,
Tulsa.
but he coached in the SEC for How long was he?
I don't know. He made bank at Auburn. He had one good year, and they paid him like $49 million.
He beat Alabama 3 times.
I don't know if it's that much, but they
fired him. Pick six.
Well, they fired him 2 years later. I mean, the guy's made a shit ton of money for being a coach that's pretty good offensively. Arkansas State was another one he went back to.
Because when he was offensive coordinator under Chizik, he left when Chizik was fired and went to Arkansas State.
He took the Arkansas State, yes.
And then went
back to Auburn.
Then went back to Auburn.
So, no, I think they had some talent on that team, no doubt. I mean, it's Florida. You're going to get talent. I think UCF is going to be...
And that's where we got Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, eventually I think that team's going to be probably... If you're going to do the Big 12, they're probably going to be in the top 4.
Yeah, they're going to start moving
4 to 5. As far as every year, they should be. Just the talent-rich area that they have. It's Orlando.
It's Orlando,
and so they've got.
I wanted to say Boca Raton.
That's Florida Atlantic. So yeah, I mean everything looks good, but they had talent. And OU, the thing about them, the defense. Let's start with the defense.
Week. All I say is week off and Texas hangover combined. And
we got
lucky
early.
to pull that out. Well,
But
they look great.
Big
in the fourth
plays.
quarter.
Big plays.
But
except for that last drive.
Here's the thing. They look good, but then they go. I didn't see Brent doing this all year with his defense until this game. It's like we're going to drop back and play this soft coverage and just give them all the underneath shit. And then they would get the ball and start running it. And all of our older players, not the younger ones, but we talked about this. They've done that dying dolphin flop with no arms out grabbing him.
Tackling looked bad.
It did look horrible.
It looked like it regressed, but it was some of the older guys
players
that
were doing.
Yes. Like I said,
doing the dying dolphin flop and hitting them and hoping they fall down.
Red River hangover along with a week off.
It was. They looked very slow coming out.
It's going to depend on how Brent conditions his team.
I just think that they count. I think it was an easy win. Spreads 20. They're at home. There was no issues. And I think that to give credit to UCF, I mean, they come out and they wanted to punch them, At
this point, I would have no O-line.
Yeah, but what about...
But the first quarter, though...
I would have no O-line, no D-line, and I would have the D-backs and linebackers and wide receivers, and I would just be like, give the quarterback the ball and just let him throw and have those guys learn to stop that play. Because it's
first quarter they played well. They
kind
kind of got softer, like you said, in the second quarter. But OU's defense this year, and you're going to have
to. We're not
better.
We're way better than what we were.
But they are a bend
with Alex Grinch.
They are a bend but don't break defense, and that's been used with Grinch. I know, but that's not what I'm talking about. Is you're going to get those plays. One, I had an OU bystander talk to me a little bit about that, and it gives me a little perspective on this. Brent Venables' defense relies heavily on, especially in the secondary, and on your back 4, sometimes 5. His defensive philosophy relies on a lot of, you have to do your job because we're going to send,
and that's why we lost
X
players.
Amount. To get that quarterback and to cause the pressure.
I understand, but
that's why they stopped.
That,
but they stopped the run. They are good now. Obviously this guy had 100 yards, but they only averaged 3.6 yards a carry. He had the one big run, if you remember. That was a blown play, and that's why I said you take away that long catch.
Yeah,
that blown run.
They were a couple,
that's 130, 40 yards.
What I have is you throw a 3-yard pass, and then they get a first down out of it, 12, 15, 18 yards. Because you don't make the tackle, because you do that.
Well, some of that tackling was worse.
What was strange was
by some certain
we're
people.
down.
Yes.
We were down.
I think the
points.
most at 6. The most I remember is 23-17.
But I woke up in the fourth quarter. I woke up. I think at the end of the third.
I'd probably be about 23-17.
So we were down. Score a touchdown. Mm-hmm. Come back. We stop them. Get the ball back. Go back down. Score another touchdown. Mm-hmm. And then we allow them to come back and score that touchdown.
And that was the run you were talking about that he busted,
luckily,
right?
they went... That was early. Well, that was a bust. No, the
Sawchuck had a good run. I'm talking about the defense give up the run early.
Yeah. So
Sorry,
then,
the defense.
I believe that was second quarter,
so if
both
they
those
had not
plays.
gone for 2, we could have been looking at an overtime game. That go for 2 was horrible call.
Was.
But,
I mean, look at the defense read it perfectly. I mean,
they did.
They went to the strong side of the field, and they were going to do an option throw or a running back toss, and there was 4 guys or 3. Might have been 3 guys in that vicinity.
Oh no, they had to go for 2. That's what it was. They had to go.
They were in that vicinity.
But our kicker missed 2 field goals.
Well, we didn't talk about that, but
we're getting ready to talk about special teams.
Everybody.
You want me to jump on this?
It's Schmidt, right? Yeah.
Our kickers, punter and our kicker, are absolute fucking garbage.
Kickoff did a little better this game. They did get a little better.
The wind was blowing 87 miles an hour behind them. Yes, fuck that.
Our special teams is not as bad as USC's, but damn.
Yeah, but USC.
It's not our whole special teams. It's our kickers. Our kickers are the main problem.
The USC is out. Well, and punt block coverage ain't very good either.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
So there's a lot more than just the kickers.
I know, but the kickers are the main problem. You can't get down in the scoring position and miss a 28-yard field goal or a 31 or whatever it was.
That's what it was.
Yeah. You can't miss those.
Yeah,
those should be
special
chip
teams
shots.
Coach. Sorry, bye. You're done.
It's not special teams coach. I just think they just need to move on from the players they have. We do have a kid recruit from Moore, #1 kicker in Oklahoma. I think he's 3rd nationwide. He's coming in.
I can teach your son how to kick.
Well, and then we need a punter though. But we got lucky. We had Turk for seems like 15 years.
Well, but we got so used to Austin Siebert being there because remember he was doing
the kicks, yes,
and punts.
But I mean, we've had good punters in our livelihood, and it just neither one of them.
Like I said, we got room with Siebert. We got room with Siebert because he was punter and kicker.
Obviously, our opinions are just opinions, but we're not going to trash these kids. But
no,
we're talking about the team overall. Is that will kill them in.
We trash everybody.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
we honestly do.
That will kill them.
I mean, we trash Kenny all the time.
That will kill them in big games. Eventually.
It will. It's a weakness. It's a bad.
It's huge. It's glaring.
Yeah.
It's glaring. And to miss 2 field goals that were short, huge. I mean, you wouldn't even have. I mean, that's another 6 point we should have scored. And that was a problem. That first quarter, the defense played lights out, like I said, and the offense just could not get anything going. And Levy
hangover
seems to be.
But the deal is I have a problem with Levy too because all of his cute
play calling was odd.
All the cute time plays and all the motions and all this, I mean, it's bullshit. You have a better team on the field, get the ball in your playmaker's hands, and win the fucking game. We don't need cute time, pitch back,
one thing that I have liked, though, I like Farouk doing a lot more, touching the ball. He has got that. He's a playmaker. Don't make him just your wide receiver. Give him the ball, end around that.
Yeah, I know.
He has gotten better about that. I like how they're doing that.
Okay, I didn't understand not.
No, but you're right about. There was a lot of different formations, things we hadn't seen. They played a lot of wide receivers. Now listen, in theory, there's going to be a reason to do this. I don't know what it is. We're just watching. Who knows? The more and I think
we tried to run the ball too much without a running back. That's our problem. We have 4 and we have none. I mean that.
Well, in the first series, I mean, you had the Wildcat with Sawchuk. He fumbled,
and I have
there was just a weird, and then it was just a weird first series, and then they wasn't concise about just the flow was just so odd with the offense. Defense played lights out. First quarter should have been 14 or 21-0.
It wasn't rhythmic like it should have been.
No, I mean, they had everything going in their way.
Well, it has been. It wasn't
2 missed field goals. I think there was 2 punts, and we had a turnover, I think.
We had a fumble. Sawchuk lost.
That was early, but I don't think...
it was the interception. And I was going to talk about that because that was the one that glanced off Drake Stoops' hands and went into the...
Was it Drake?
Yeah, it was Drake.
I don't remember who it was, but it was. It did go through his hands and go up. Yes,
Drake tried to.
You can't blame that on Gabriel as much as I don't like Gabriel. That's not his fault.
What? What's the time on this? He said I can't blame that on Gabriel. Okay, let me write that. 29:55.
Also,
I'm not saying I don't think he is below average.
We need to get Austin Stonger more involved in the game as well because I think we had 1 catch for 8 yards.
Hey, listen, that's one.
But he did great. He did great in blocking.
Sure.
He did.
One thing,
Levy,
we haven't seen is using the tight end at all. We've got one of the best tight ends coming in next year.
We used Gavin Freeman. 3 of 10. Gavin Freeman was our other.
He should have more.
Was it Freeman?
Well, that's just showing you receptions. I'd like to see how that is.
Well, no, there's targets over here. No, that doesn't have targets.
Yeah, targets would be nice to know.
Yeah. There's usually it doesn't.
But Nick Anderson, this guy. Let me tell you something. He's caught the ball 16 times.
Wait, I thought Anderson was injured. Who's injured?
No. That's,
Nick Anderson
Andrew
is
Anthony.
Rodney Anderson's little brother.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
let me tell you something.
16 catches on the year.
Yeah.
How many
8 touchdowns.
Nice.
8
No,
touchdowns.
but he's there. He's there. And you know what? Between him and Drake Stoops,
Freshman.
between
I understand this,
Anderson,
but he
between
is-
Anderson
he is-
and Drake
I'm-
Stoops, we've got two really good wide receivers that are threats.
Well,
Drake's,
Gibson's going to be good. Farouk, thank God they're
Farouk is
getting
too.
his. And then Freeman, and Petaway's been underused too. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of him. Problem is sometimes you get a lot of, but Levy, you get too much in the fold, and you want to try this and that. But I really do wish though that the tight end was used more for passing. Maybe we're gonna see that.
Hopefully we
Pass
get
catching, I
that. We
guess.
get him in.
And maybe we've missed some of that. I don't know, but I mean,
but
hey, but listen, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, we lose this game. So,
That's true.
and now
Totally
OU
true.
is the hunted, and that's what Venables is saying. Hey guys, you're no longer just sneaking up on anybody. Everyone's going to bring their best game.
Yeah, that was last season.
You're
Last
6 and
season
7
was
last
the
year.
sneak- we were
We've won,
sneaking
yeah,
up.
we're 7 wins. We've already exceeded last year's win total.
And his coaching has been a hell of a lot better.
Much better.
So much better. Ball control. It's one of those. Try not to score too fast, and that's what Sawchuk.
Yeah, but
Sawchuk
I'm still seeing a lot of that 3 and out, and it takes.
Now hold on. Now
a minute.
now that's a defensive coach letting. He is not going to want to be one of those nitpickers. You run the offense.
I understand.
That's what I hired
I understand this, but I'm still.
You're
going to
still
too
get some
much.
of that.
I'm seeing too much of that.
In fourth quarter, Sawchuk had ran, and he ran down that goal line, going, "Coach, do I go in?" And everybody's like, "Just do it. It's fine. Just go in."
3 minutes left.
Me and
though.
Kenny talked about that.
But he didn't want. He knew
it was too
he
early
did-
to do.
yeah,
It was way too early.
Yeah, too early.
He
I
didn't
mean,
know
a
he was
minute and
gonna
a
get
half
loose.
or under, I'm okay with taking a knee outside.
but he didn't know he
anything
was gonna
over
get
a minute
loose.
and
He
30
had-
seconds, you
he
get
was-
your ass in the end zone if you can
like-
get in there.
Coach, do I just set it here? Then we go for that right there.
But you're right. I mean, the defense needs to make on the passing game, they've got to play better. And they hold the run. And a lot of those guys, they just seem it was the worst game I've seen us play this year.
But like I said, it was
I'm
a
not
hangover,
disagreeing.
week off hangover.
Cincinnati was close.
We do have
But
Kansas,
the defense played really well.
We do have Kansas
Cincinnati
coming up
wasn't as good.
this
hey,
weekend.
hold on. That's
We're-
another thing, Sean, to remind everybody about that Plumlee did come back, their quarterback.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
And another thing is that Central Florida's offense was averaging more yards on offense. I mean, they were ranked higher than as far as yards per game than OU coming in. So it's not like the defense just fell flat on their face. They had some stiffer competition. Cincinnati wasn't.
And
that.
UCF has lost.
Cincinnati had a better
UCF has lost a lot of close games this season as well.
Correct. And yeah, you're right. And they should. Baylor was a win.
Yeah.
And they give that game up big time. They let them score back, and that was the defense. OU should have been able to run the ball a little easier. They finally got that at the end of the third, going into the fourth. Sawchuk's running. Crescent doesn't think there's any good running back. Sawchuk is the running back.
I said Sawchuk is the best running back we have, but we still don't have a running back.
Yeah, is he still hurt? I never saw Barnes. Okay.
Oh.
And then Walker was
Barnes or
suspended
Major?
for this game.
Which one's that?
No, Major ran.
Major
so
ran.
Barnes
He's the
is
one that
injured.
runs with his head down, goes
We-
3
we-
yards and
we
falls.
have the one guy. Well, I just went to it
Because Walker was suspended this game.
So we're going to the Kansas game. We're going to be at Kansas. It's
I'm not going to be there.
3 away, 2 home.
Outdoor man,
Sorry,
it's going to
Chris.
be big turning.
Oklahoma State is the week after, and then we have West Virginia, thankfully, at home. We do not have to go, but we always have those trap games at home. Like the last few seasons, Oklahoma has lost at home.
Saturday's game?
But just Oklahoma's lost at home.
No, just Saturday was a trap game at home. Yeah, just this last Saturday.
But I know, but I'm just saying. So hopefully we get through that, and then we finish out with we go to BYU, and then we got TCU to close out the season.
I can see
2/3 of Sports Alleged will be in Lawrence this weekend. Here's the thing that concerns me a little bit about that game.
We can say 3/4, but the boy is.
I bet he
boys.
don't even show up anyway. So the one thing that concerns me a little bit about that game is the rain. It's going to be raining. Advantage Kansas State because they are a better running.
You mean
They're-
Kansas?
Kansas.
Bubba, we're going to Lawrence, not Manhattan.
Kansas. Advantage Kansas because the running game. They run the ball. The stats.
We're only picked by 10 to win.
Yeah, the stats will tell you that as far as total yards, that we're
fucking erection,
they're just 40 or 50 difference. 469 to 422 rushing. They lead us in rushing, so they haven't. So they've got the rushing advantage over us. Obviously, we got the passing, and then rushing allowed is pretty close too, along with passing. I mean, their defense hadn't been bad, so. The weather is a little bit of a concern. Bean's still going to be the quarterback. Obviously, Daniel's not going to come back. And this is going to be their big game. Obviously, at home, playing undefeated.
Because they blew it to Texas.
10.
They had a chance to beat Texas, and they blew it.
Yeah, but then I think that score got ugly later, didn't it?
In fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And it was fourth quarter Texas. Yeah. Like I said, Texas
Wyoming.
being a fourth. And so, all right. We need to go ahead and skippity-doo. Sooners, like I said, we're going to go to Kansas.
What do you think? I mean, we just started the game. I mean, what do you think about the game? I mean, I just said it was
I think it's
raining.
38. I want to say 38-10. I don't know why. I want to say 38-10.
Preston, you got any idea?
I don't know why.
What's your prediction on
I
this?
don't know why.
36-21.
I can see. I just get a 38-10 feeling about it.
I think that I've just got a real feeling that
Not that Kansas is bad, but I'm saying that it's just it's one of those.
weather bothers me a little bit. I think this is going to be one of the not as close as the last game, but I look at us.
Just fucking jinxed us.
31,
With your fucking
31,
Native American
31,
racist
24. I mean, a close game.
Your racist hat. And your...
I think that we're going to try to do ball control. We're going to try to run the ball if the weather's bad.
It's definitely going to be run heavy. I don't know about wind.
I haven't seen a lot of that. The rain is really going to kick off about 2 to 3 at the end of the game.
Yeah.
But there is still a chance at the beginning of the game, 20, 30%, gets to 50% second half. And then it's
how
50.
our storms go.
Who knows? But and chilly.
You get a little big a little. Get a little big a little.
So
is
anyway,
it cold?
Low 50s gets into the 40s as the evening goes
my
on.
wife's going.
Yeah.
She'll freeze to death. Sean, cuddle with my wife.
No.
Bring a poncho.
I do.
All right.
I do have a question.
I do too. All right. Well, any thoughts on OU as we move on? You think we're comfortable? We're going to win this week, though, is your prediction?
I think
a lot of local people, obviously national people, think OU's going to lose one.
We keep ahead of the game, as long as we don't let this happen again, the hangover, and along with the week off.
You got a feeling that the close game with Central Florida is going to make them more aware of Kansas?
Yeah. Make them aware of
I
every
do too.
team ahead of them.
I think,
especially
I
with
bet,
Oklahoma State
I
coming
bet
up.
practice was a bit more intense than
Especially knowing,
not that I know anything, but
especially knowing that you
I bet it was
Oklahoma
interesting
State,
practice
You got
this
Oklahoma
week.
State with a guy who runs for almost 300 yards a damn game.
Yeah, but the one advantage OU has is we do pretty well,
I guess
better
we
than
are.
pass, but against
still.
the run.
But still,
And are they gonna just? I mean,
pressure.
Hey,
we need to work on pressure.
as we're looking at
quarterback.
ahead to Bedlam, make Bowman win the game for you with his arm. Make him.
Yeah. No, that's totally true.
You
But don't discount Kansas. Don't
leave 8 in the box and let the 4 guys just roll.
You look at those last 5 games.
I think we're going to score on OSU
win.
more than Kansas.
You
myself.
look at the last 5 games, all of them as must-win games.
Well, for sure. It's like Venable said, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0 every week. We have the destiny is in OU's.
Your wife.
It is in OU's hands.
Yeah.
They went out, they're in.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
They lose, and we're stuck with 8 other teams at 1 loss.
Yeah. They lose, they're out for good. Even if they beat Texas again, they're still out.
Yeah, that's
Texas got the better
that
win.
natty.
No, I'm saying even if they beat Texas again,
Getting into the playoff getting into the playoffs is one of the hardest things right now. There's
12 teams next year. That'll be a lot of fun.
Well, 12
as
teams
it should have
easy.
been already.
But the 4 teams. So let's go ahead. I'm wearing the Cam Rising jersey, even though Cam Rising will be shut down for the season.
He's done.
Bryson Barnes is undefeated throughout the season.
Well, they've lost 1. I think he started in that loss.
No.
Really?
That was Johnson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. With him starting, and I was watching the game, with him starting, Bryson Barnes is undefeated.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting stat. Apparently he's a pig farmer.
No, his parents are pig
Oh.
farmers. He's the son of a pig farmer. He's a hard worker.
Well, that's not what their coach said.
And I'm looking
it
at
was
it.
perfect, though.
It was. It was. And the commentary on that game, I hated the commentary on that game. They were so USC. Caleb Williams, Lincoln Riley, blah, 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 blah. And it's like,
That's the way it's always going to be. Even
but
if
then
they
when it would
lose-
come down to the Utah guys, they were like, "Oh yeah, he's a hard worker. He's a walk-on. He's a pig farmer." Well, that's all we got.
You do see some difference in excitement when they
Solo,
score and other things.
Socolo VI. Yeah, it's his first game back. Cool. How come he's scoring touchdowns? Look at him run. The commentary watching that game was the worst. I mean, they were all up in USC. You would like Colin Cowherd was at the game. And then watching Caleb Williams and the dejection, I feel bad for Mario Williams. I wish Mario Williams had stayed at Oklahoma. I honestly do.
Oh, it's one of
I'm
those
glad
deals.
that the
just
players
get
that
on
left,
out.
Get the fuck out.
And I think any coach would say that coming in. Hey, if you don't want to be here, just go.
Yeah.
It is what it is. What has happened, and I'll put it in a nutshell for this.
Ooh, Kenny in a nutshell.
There's like
Still in concrete. Nutshell.
So
Lincoln
this is gonna
Riley.
be a
No, hold
30
on.
minute-
Lincoln Riley had a team given to him. We've talked about this. I mean,
Lincoln
it
Riley
was
had a team.
it was just handed to him with more talent
It was
than
given
what
to
he
him.
had when he got to USC. Brent Venables was handed a team
With less talent.
with less talent than what Riley was given to.
Didn't he
What-
lose 40%,
what's good-
46% of his players?
Doesn't matter. They
No,
wasn't
no,
any
but
good,
Brent-
even
but
the
Brent-
ones that left.
I'm saying, but isn't that what it was?
It was-
He had one of the largest
Yeah.
deficits coming in
And-
as a coach and had to rebuild that.
Sure. So, I don't know what the stats are. I don't know those stats.
How do you not know that?
No, I'm
Yeah,
just-
you're the stat guy.
God, you are the stat guru.
I would have remembered that 2 years ago. We're in year 2, so I had forgotten about that. But no, you're right. I mean, he had to get rid of a lot of players. No, he didn't force anybody to quit. They did it on their own.
Correct. And he
Not
said,
like
he said
Dion.
you don't want to be here, go.
And so, but then you've got USC, and think about this: the media in Oklahoma is pretty soft. You're the one-man show. You want access. You go out to California, there's 90 fucking things to do, 900 things to do in sports out there. So the media, they ain't got a call to your balls. They don't care. Because if they don't get access, well, piss on it. We'll go talk about some other team. And that's what's happening right now. The media is
they
on.
love cuddling balls.
No,
out
the
there.
media is on him a little bit. They're questioning him. There's questions asked. What are we doing here? Why is this? In Oklahoma, he didn't have that. So he goes out there and
I see what you're saying.
rummed up, look at me, I'm an all-star.
Everybody.
He
wants
left
to know-
Oklahoma.
Everybody wants to know about his comments, about
he
his softness, about I'm looking to retire.
He left Oklahoma because what he left Oklahoma with wasn't any better than what he got it with. So he took the money. And what's never going to be said, probably ever, and maybe it
He
will be.
inherited greatness.
That's what I'm saying. But I think donors, I think people in charge at OU, they all saw a lot of this. He kind of whined a little bit when he left when he wasn't getting everything that he needed to do to win and all this other stuff. Hold on.
I'm not saying a word.
We're just talking about you, how you whine when you don't get what you
need. But anyway, so I think there was a little bit of that going, okay, you're what you had, what you've got, and Creston will admit it, and he knows it, that every team he had since he was there as the head coach got progressively worse when the certain
I
talent
said that when he took over.
that certain talent, but it needed years. You couldn't say it year one.
I did though, did I not?
No, but that would have been just a pure guess because he had a team.
Yeah, you honestly could not say.
You had to go a few years down the road.
3,
Yeah,
5,
you had to see a history.
And when
to
you
say
when
that.
you get to the playoffs with Bob Stoops' players, and you blow a playoff game that you should have won.
Well, he fired his brother too, which wasn't a bad deal. Not necessarily because we all thought at the time it was good. And Grinch was doing pretty good with Leach at Washington. But then you think about in reality, Washington State.
I thought he got Grinch from Ohio State.
It was Washington. It was Washington
No,
State.
it was Ohio State.
It was Ohio State.
It was Ohio State. Look that up. I'll argue with that.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Alex
He was
Smith?
defensive coordinator at Washington State before
Ohio
he came
State.
to. Okay, guys. And ready? Do you have that Kenny's right button? Because I'm ready when you are.
Grinch?
GRNC. No. Slide that over here. Anyway, as he looks it up,
That's him.
yeah, keep going.
Ohio State University.
His last job when he came to Oklahoma was at Washington State. He was defensive coordinator.
Missouri, Wyoming, Washington State. Oh, Ohio State!
Ohio State. You're wrong.
I was wrong.
Okay.
How did I miss that? Oh, he didn't even call the plays at Urban Meyer's. That's right. He was actually a defensive coordinator at Washington
Okay,
State.
we're not turning this around.
No.
No. We're right. You're wrong.
No,
just say I'm wrong.
He
I'm
wasn't,
wrong.
He wasn't the play caller.
Hey, Kitty,
I'm
just
sorry.
say I'm wrong.
Whatever. He was at Ohio State.
No,
Good
it's
for
not whatever.
Hey,
Say I'm wrong.
Good for you. Good for you.
Say it with
No,
tears.
it's fine.
I'm gonna
It's
punch you
fine.
in the throat.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
No, the thing was that he was at Washington State, and Urban got him there to Ohio State right before, and I think that's when he turned it over with Day, and he could have had the chance to stay with Day, and he came to Oklahoma for Lincoln Riley because they love each other. They're in love with each other. I don't know what you're looking up over there.
I'm just. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
But no, what do you know?
He's trying to.
I just know
I
know he wasn't
to
the
where
play
he's
caller.
right.
You're right. He was at Ohio
Well,
State.
that's fine.
I said
we
that.
never said he was
I
play
didn't
caller.
say play caller or not.
I forgot
that
about that.
he
I'd forgot
he
that
was
yes,
he was
forgot
last
that.
at
Ohio
Ohio
State.
State.
Yes. I'd forgot he.
And that's whenever Urban Meyer had quit, and I think it was between him and Ryan Day to get the head coaching job.
Oh God, no.
And Day got the job, and so he came, and Lincoln was like, "Hey, can you come to Oklahoma?" And he came with Lincoln. He came down.
Sorry, listeners, I was wrong once. I just
Twice
Tonight.
in the last 5 minutes.
God.
If anybody wants to see the picks, Kenny's about to be
I was
0-5
wrong about that too.
in the NFL.
No, I did forget that he went there, but I just remembered that the reason why he had some numbers to back up his defensive coordinator was because
he was with Mike Leach.
He was with a defensive coordinator that ran a high octane offense, and they improved each year he was there.
And that's fine. That's fair to say. But he was with Mike Leach at Washington State.
Okay.
So he had that.
It doesn't matter, Sean. We were.
He had that turbo. He had that turbo offense.
You're right. They hired him from there.
He said, "Sean is right. I win again. Look at me with no pants on, wiggling my Jimmy." All right. So, anyways, Lincoln Riley 0-3 against the Utah Utes. Mm-hmm. He just cannot figure out Kyle Whittingham and his just entire offense or defense. That offense grinded him down. I watched that game. I love that game. And when it got down, and watching the USC player cry after he did leave his feet and hit Barnes in the face to get that the unsportsman that got him kicked out of the game.
Don't ask me. I had service coverage that
Oh,
night.
so and watching that and that's what gave them the extra push, and then Barnes went and got a first down, and they just kept pushing down, and then kicked the field goal with no time left on the clock. It was the PAs.
So do I get money back this next month because I didn't get to watch the football games because we had service coverage?
Apparently, Dish says you can.
Try. You can try.
I mean, that's bullshit.
So you're talking about Utah, and
that last drive.
Yeah, I mean, I watched them, and the defense is just so good, and they just play really good football. And in reality, Jesus, I mean, USC ain't any good.
What's funny is
they ain't any
Caleb
good. The
did
quarterback's
not
not any good.
Hold on.
The coach ain't any good.
Caleb did not have those turnovers that he did, but he also didn't have any touchdowns.
I'm just telling you.
He can't throw against a tough defense.
I would take Caleb.
Even Zachariah Branch, their best wide receiver,
now.
had to run.
If you put Caleb on our team and Gabriel on their team, I would take that right now.
Well, dude, but we're not talking about Gabriel being the number one pick in the draft. He might not even get drafted. Maybe 4th, 5th, 6th round. I mean, there's a big difference in talent.
I'm just saying. You said the quarterback sucks.
He does.
Caleb Williams does.
Look at the fumble.
You don't think he's not any good?
I didn't say he was good. He's not going to be good in the NFL.
Caleb Williams'
I'm saying he's better than what we have, though.
Team is what's keeping him afloat. I do not believe Caleb Williams should have ever won the Heisman last season.
Oh, the numbers,
I don't think he ever should have been in the running for this season.
I mean, the numbers were there. I mean, the numbers were there. And they only lost 2 games.
Yeah, to Utah.
Yeah, and another one. I don't remember who
Stetson
it was.
Bennett didn't lose to anybody. What did he get?
Is he even on an NFL
Cut from
team?
the NFL.
Okay, yeah, okay. So,
I'm just saying.
I mean, he had the number
Just
1
saying.
defense, or top 10 defense.
Hey, doesn't matter.
I mean,
He still never
Caleb
lost
Williams
a game.
is playing with one of the worst defenses.
Still didn't lose a game. Still didn't lose to the same team
So
twice.
hold on.
Stetson Bennett also didn't write fuck Utah on his
So what you're
fingernails.
saying is you can't win a Heisman if you lose a game?
No.
Oh, okay. Just undefeated.
Shouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Michigan quarterback or Ohio State's
Tom
wide
Brady,
receiver.
Tom Brady never won a Heisman.
Okay. He lost games.
Brock Purdy never won a Heisman.
Lost a bunch of games. Is he still losing tonight?
So certainly at halftime.
Oh, shit!
I thought you saw that earlier.
Hey, can you just put his stats up real quick as we get ready to segue into...
No.
No, so I had
we have North Carolina and Washington. You wanted to
No,
look.
I did. So we need to be brief because what are we at, Sean? About 40 right now?
50.
Jeez. Okay, we'll follow up college. Okay, real quick. So, a couple things I want to talk about. Sean, or Creston, I had notes for you. Did you keep notes for...
There's your Virginia.
Yeah. Okay, so a couple things I want to talk about college as we close up. Besides USC. I mean, obviously USC's got
I
an
want to
issue.
talk about Alabama and Tennessee.
Yes. So USC, as we close up on that, you know, we've talked about the NFL prospects. Caleb Williams is probably one of the more talented quarterbacks that we've seen right now. I don't know what his issue is. I think he's, for the NFL, and I've always said this, I think the mentality of the NFL will eat him alive. And it's not because of just him, not because of the physicality. He's going to go to a bad team or not a good team. And I think he's already, from what I've seen with his players, the players in his family, players in his life is what I meant, not players on the field, is that they're leading him in a way wrong direction. I understand money's great. They are lapping it up in L.A. There's no doubt. L.A.'s making more money for him than what he would have made at Oklahoma. And you'd made that comment earlier. What if he would have stayed? Should he have stayed? Should he have stayed for the wins? Should he have stayed for the accolades? Should he have stayed for a national championship? Yes.
Just a learning experience alone.
Here would be better because the team was better even when he would have stayed year 2 than what Riley had. Now, Riley, with the portal, you can't be that far behind with the portal. You look at Lincoln Riley. Is he doing the right things? No, he's not. You look at Dabo Sweeney. Is he doing the right things? Those are yours.
That's yours.
And is he
mine.
doing the right things? No, he's not. He's not dabbling in the.
Poor Dabo is on a downswing.
And so he's not getting into the portal either. So what do you do? So with Lincoln Riley, who's got the number 1 offense, hey, that's great. But, you got the Bear guy from Georgia. He transferred over there, had a horrible penalty.
That's who was crying.
Yeah.
That's the guy that was crying.
Well, he knew it. It was a bad play for him.
Why would you
But
cry?
it cost the team. I mean, I don't mind emotional players.
I do.
Okay, of course you do. You're being loud now. You're emotional. But anyway, so I don't mind that. But I'm just saying, the culture, what happens is you see a tough team that Stoops left Riley. The culture got soft. Then you see what, Clay Helton and Lincoln Riley, the same games at the start of their career are the same record. That's that's nuts to think about that. So as we move on, they've still got Oregon, and they've got
who was Clay Helton again?
The former USC coach. They've got Oregon and
Where's Clay Helton
in
currently?
Washington. They're in Georgia State. I think I'm close in that area. Augusta National State. I don't know.
Is it Georgia Southern or Georgia State?
It could be Georgia Southern.
They got Washington and Oregon and UCLA.
Yeah. Okay. So UCLA, in my opinion, I think they beat. I don't think they're that good. Freshman quarterback, they're gonna be good.
We're Chip Kelly team.
But I like that quarterback. I like that quarterback. Though. Well, there's no support. You look at the fans. They were ranked earlier, and you had like 6 fans at the stadium. It's ridiculous. UCLA's got to do better. That's why going out there for the money, you ain't gonna get the accolades like you had in strong football towns. So anyway,
states.
Big number 10 team lost. North Carolina lost to Virginia. That'd be their second win. I think they beat William and
Drake
Mary.
May got beat by a guy named Tony Muskett.
So Drake May.
Guess who's getting that new Musket NIL.
Do you think though, and man, I know the NFL's a quarterback league. It is. It's always gonna be.
We're seeing that with Richardson, Stroud, and Bryce Young right now, with the three newbies that came in, where you've got C.J. Stroud doing well and Anthony Richardson, who unfortunately had injured, but was.
He was doing okay before
making that team look
before
great.
they ran him into the ground. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Because he's not. He was running. And
then Bryce Young having no running.
But Carolina's the worst team. I mean,
I know, but they have no
Adam
weapons.
Thielen. I think is the only person I even know on that team. Besides Bryce
there's one
Young.
other guy.
I don't know, but they're horrible.
They are bad.
I think there's a guy on defense.
But anyway, I'm sure they've got. But no, I mean they're just horrible. Yeah. I mean, so those quarterbacks. But I mean, this year you've got Drake May. A lot of people left.
Quarterback
you've
class.
got Penix. You've got Williams. I mean, who are you taking? If I'm a GM, I'm telling you,
I'm the Bears,
don't
I'm
take
Penix.
anybody. None of them. None of this class will come out to be a star unless it's someone you never think of. And that third...
Dylan goddamn Gabriel.
I didn't say that. But no, I'm just saying...
he was insinuating.
No, that's something that's...
I definitely don't want Quinn Ewers. He's been injured every year that he's ever played.
But that's something you're going to see out of this class. I think there's going to be a lot of hubbub.
I don't want the albino Rattler.
Now, last year...
He's having a terrible season.
Now, last year... Yeah, 2 wins. He ain't going anywhere. I mean, he'll be a free agent. He done. Put him up in the CFL or the Arena League. But anyway...
USXFL.
And that is Lincoln Riley's go-to guy.
Oh, that was his original go-to.
Exactly.
The OG.
And so I love it, though, because nothing could be better, because I did, when Lincoln left, was pissed, and they out there roasted Oklahoma. Colin Cowturd, all the other national people roasted Oklahoma from a bunch of hillbillies, that he's going to this big job, and he's going to be able to actually recruit the players he needs to win a national championship.
All of California. He's going to turn them around, and they are going to make the college football playoff. Listen to me. Year in, year out, they will be in the college football. Wait, where are they?
Going to the Big Ten, not going to be in the college football playoff even after this year.
Not even the 2 years. He was
generational, and I could say he is a generational college talent quarterback. Caleb Williams.
Oh, look at that! He changed his words.
He is a generational college talent quarterback.
The commentators, I was going to choke them for calling him Superman, because guess what? Superman's failed twice this year. He failed twice last year.
Yeah, and he's not through this year. He's going to fail another
Utah
time,
is his kryptonite.
maybe 2.
He still has Oregon. He still has Washington. No
UCLA,
shit.
maybe.
He still kind of has UCLA, which is his Kang.
He'll win this year, and they'll all be in love with him again. They'll beat California.
UCLA's more of his psycho pirate, I would say.
No, but not to pile on, but I love to. It's a treat to watch the failure in the media. Just realize what everybody that was made fun of in Oklahoma said is what we, after the shock of leaving, we thought, man, and we got the guy that we need because he's gritty, he recruits, he's all about college. This guy, Brent Venables, mark it down, slap a label, will never be an NFL coach. Ever. Okay. It's just not his style. I just don't think that's his style.
I hate to say, he looks like Colin.
But Venables, but Riley, he'll be in NFL. Well, and the rumors had already started.
He'll fail.
The rumor. Ow!
Oh no! There's already rumors. There's already fan chants for Dick Nuts at Chargers to get fired.
I think I've been calling that for 2 years.
You have. But there's chances there are calls for him to be fired.
Did you see how we agreed with him? And when he was wrong, he was like, well, but he didn't call the play. It couldn't be Kitty just like...
I admitted I was wrong on that.
He did say
he just wasn't the play caller. Sorry.
But he had to find out that he was still correct.
Right.
Shiano was still there calling the plays.
Shino.
Yeah.
He was still correct, but... He
also,
did agree with us, but
already.
He wanted to say that he was...
I was wrong. I forgot he...
He didn't want to...
I forgot he went that 1 year over
but
there.
He still wanted to be a correct over us.
I was wrong because I remember that hire because they were like, is he the play caller, is he not? And he just kind of wasn't.
I remember that hire. You said that he was at Washington State.
I now remember that you brought it up because I looked at it, But I mean, he was 3 years at Washington. I thought that was the credo that we were looking at to bring him over. Not the... Ohio State because he wasn't the play caller.
and,
Kevin Wilson coming to
and
Tulsa was not because of his play calling ability at Ohio State. He didn't call the plays.
And Penix Jr.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that. So, I had an off game. So you see that as all these teams that, Arizona State's horrible. And that Washington, I don't think Penix threw it. Yeah, it was 2 interceptions. They didn't score an offensive touchdown, I don't think. That is correct. They did not score an offensive touchdown in that game. The number 6 team that's got a Heisman quarterback
did not score an
That's the one that your son's in love with.
Hey,
yeah.
I'm just saying. But some have been in love with him in the NFL. I don't think he's that good either. Something about him bothers me. I don't know. And it could just be me. I don't know. But then you move on. So
Is he
you've
not
got
tall
that
enough, or his hands not big enough?
Because
you really want to talk about Kenny Pickett, who's not.
We'll
tall
get into
enough,
that
and
when
his
we get
hands
into
aren't big
the
enough.
when we get
We
into
got to get in there.
We're already in an hour, so
But move on to real quick. We'll close up with Texas and Houston. Houston got a bad spot. Texas was lucky not to come out with a win. They were just lucky not to go into overtime. And then they threw a 4th and 1. It was stupid. But let's talk about Bama and Tennessee as we close up college.
Yeah,
Preston, go ahead. Talk about a little bit about that.
I'm just saying, I watched the game and the calls against Tennessee and no calls against Bama whatsoever. I saw 4 or 5, blatant holding calls that was not called on Alabama. And then there was one pass interference. They called pass interference, and the defensive corner was not within arm's reach. And they called pass interference. I don't understand. It was all about Alabama has to win this game.
Yeah, and that was oh my God, we let Tennessee have 20 points.
It was. And then everything.
What are we doing?
What commentator Gary Danielson's like, Alabama. Look at the play at Alabama. I'm like, oh my God. And that's all they're talking about. If he didn't have. Anyway.
There was bias.
There was so many.
Alabama dick in his mouth.
Yeah,
It's
bias
like,
bias commentating.
But the officiating was what bothered me worse than anything. One time he was going back to make the sack, and you can see his jersey ripped on his jersey ripped as the lineman was holding him back, and no flag. How can you rip his jersey off from the back, and there's no flag? Anybody? Okay, we're all on our phones.
No, I was checking something.
I heard you. There seemed to be a little bias, even though they did get up 20. So it's like you sit there and go, you can't really blame the refs for that. But some calls go one way.
You can't blame the refs for Tennessee scoring 20 and then scoring nothing after that.
But I think what do you want to blame a little bit about Josh Heupel? Kind of went back to that OU type play calling mentality.
Safety.
Soft, safe,
safety,
boring. Went for it on fourth down twice.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, run your quarterback. Make him run that ball, too. That's what you were doing early in the game. And then all of a sudden you get the lead. Why do coaches, when they get the lead,
they just stop coaching.
It's all about time. It's all about time. And analytics, all that bullshit. It's like when you're winning, just keep doing what you're doing and win.
Analytics is why what's his nuts from Oregon went for it on 4th down against Washington.
I know that was a stupid call though.
Still
you got a 4-point. I know.
Yeah, but wasn't that 3 yards? I think it's like 4th and 2 and less. Would you get to 3? But then you got to factor in an analytic when you're on your own goddamn 40 or 45. And you
have a 4-point lead with a minute and 48 seconds left in the game. Fucking play defense.
And
I think it was a little more time than that.
You don't think Peters is going to throw two
Well, Arizona State didn't think that, though. I understand what he's doing. Because you get it, and you're like, look at me, motherfucker.
I don't trust analytics.
Yeah, you put a nail in the coffin right there if you get that. But if you don't get it, you lose the game.
How about Penn State going for it, fourth down?
Penn State never done anything.
And then they
Penn State
has
they were
like 7 minutes
and a pretty damn good defense. Period.
Well, no, I text
Franklin's on the hot seat.
Penn State is just.
What do you mean a hot seat? What do you expect? What better are you going to get? Penn State.
Did you not see his record against top 10 teams?
Doesn't matter. Programs are better. Michigan and Ohio State are always going to be better than Penn State program wise. Period.
They weren't in the 70s.
right now, like now.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, now. They're
But
always going
Franklin
to be.
was supposed to be their guy. Franklin was supposed to get them over the hump.
10 wins every year, 9 wins every year, and just can't
Yeah, you
beat
can't
two
get rid
teams.
of them, yeah.
But you can't beat the team.
You can always get
Coach
worse.
Ceiling. It's
You
like
can
Coach
always
Ceiling.
get worse.
And that's true. So do they stay? Because Penn State is a
Who
very,
you gonna get?
Hold on. Penn State is a very coach loyal college. Like they will keep like Iowa. Kirk Ferentz.
Sure.
He's been.
But I mean, who you gonna get? Who you gonna get?
I don't know. You can get somebody's offensive coordinator.
You're gonna take an offensive coordinator that's never been a head coach to take over Penn State?
I don't know.
No, I'm just saying they're not going anywhere.
I don't.
You know,
But
they're
Ben
just not-
Kind of like
Dernuzzi?
it's kind of like Oklahoma State.
You gonna get Dernuzzi?
Oh, you could get a lot worse than Oklahoma State too. That's why Gundy's kept.
Bernardo?
the
That's
job.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
agreeing with you.
I
Yeah,
agree with
I'm
that,
on board.
Yeah, and I don't. I mean, and that's what I'm saying. That might be the other coach ceiling is Franklin.
Yes.
But I mean,
Oh, he's massively hit his ceiling.
But I mean, what? I mean,
What?
you okay? So Texas,
Use your words.
OU, and
Use
let's say
Florida State.
no. Back it up. Let's say Texas, OU, Arkansas, Missouri. Let's say when we go to the SEC, and we're all in this little cute pod or whatever. I mean, what's the ceiling for Missouri and Arkansas? They don't have a history of being better than OU or Texas.
No, and Missouri being 5-1 or
6-1.
6-1 now.
6-1.
That's what nobody understands. It's the devil's work.
We'll see what they do against Georgia.
Missouri has made a pact with the devil.
I'm beginning to think that's what we did in 2000.
No, Bob's gone. Okay, Bob's gone.
No, but I mean, just the devil. Maybe Bob extended it out a little longer.
No, you can't. You can't do that.
Oh, okay, so once he's gone, so no. Hey, listen,
We're trying to get out.
College football is so freaking good, though, and
It's better
the
than
portal.
the NFL.
The portal.
It is.
No, listen. The portal has made it.
Yeah, but the NFL this season has proved so much fun.
No, it
I
is.
know,
But listen,
it is.
the
but
portal has made it more like the NFL.
I know.
It has, but you've got those shitty players going to California.
No. But you don't have the dominance. You don't have the dominance.
You have those.
You
those
do
players.
not. There's not. Like
have
every
the
year
players.
before, it's either like you look and
You
you're
have
like
the
Alabama
players
is dominant, or
going
Clemson, or whoever.
to the California schools to make. There's a guy on USC who is just there, who is not even there yet, and already has a massive NIL deal.
But-
we don't even know how the kid plays.
I understand, but what we're saying
agree.
is
We're saying that
that
makes-
is like the NFL.
it makes
But
it
that's
more.
fine. Let them go out there because they'll end up transferring.
No, but I know, but
somewhere
but the
else.
NFL is so fun because everyone's got a shot. I mean,
Look
you
at
got
all the money. Look at all the
and
money.
college is turning into that this year. College,
the portal
it's
and-
so much
Look at all
better.
the money in Texas A&M and
I
Texas.
say Neil, it's more portal.
And look
Yeah.
at the
That plays the Neil in.
failures. Look at the failures that Texas and Texas A&M have become. With
What
all
do
that
you mean?
money.
I mean, Texas is ranked in the top 10. How can
Shut
you
up.
say that?
You shut up. I'll smack you.
No, I mean Texas. I mean,
Yeah, but A&M has.
the Neil and the portal has helped Texas become better.
Yes.
Yeah, but they're not. They can't get over the hump.
There's a lot of colleges that can't get over the hump.
Well, I mean, not every team's going to make the Final Four this year. So
I mean, can you say OU's over the hump? We haven't won since 2000.
and hadn't been to a playoff since.
Don't say it.
We're not saying the
no.
game. We're not saying. We're not talking about
I
that.
thought we made it after that once, didn't we?
No, no.
No, I think we made it Clemson and killed that. Clemson killed us.
Yeah, we
After
did.
that.
We did.
Or was that
LSU.
before Georgia?
LSU.
LSU. It was LSU
19,
that killed us.
yes.
Yes,
Yeah, we don't
19.
talk about that.
Smoking Joe Burrow.
Smoking
just-
Joe Burrow, yeah. And had what? The best 3 wide receivers in the goddamn
Yes,
league.
yes.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to NFL. We got a few minutes left to talk about the NFL. I mean, what? Sean, pull up the schedule.
For what?
Oh, you want to talk about the game right now? But
No. I'm pulling up.
I want to pull up last week's schedule because the NFL. I mean, we all do picks every week, and they sucked horribly. And I did.
Dude, you're about to be 0-5.
That's okay. I'll take that Purdy loss. But
Will you?
I love it. Yes.
I'm gaining. I'm gaining. That's all I'm saying. I'm gaining.
But
You're just out of the hole from your wife.
so
I'm gaining.
No. So if you
You
think
need to win this game to be 5-5.
pull that,
I don't give a
pull the
shit.
scores up. No.
No one else is close.
Scores are up.
So as we talked about NFL.
You see that Bears? You see that Bears Raiders?
Yeah, I missed it. Missed the Bears Colts.
I didn't.
Miss Mitch. Oh, Bears Raiders. No, you had to pick it. Hey, and look at the Bears.
Did I pick the Bears? Because Justin Fields is not there. So what does that mean? That means that the Bears are so much better
without Justin Fields.
And we have
I
a guy
will agree.
who
The Raiders are a juggernaut. Let me tell you.
Doesn't matter. His decision-making was better.
160 yards, 1 touchdown.
Yeah, but he didn't take off running like a little scared.
Who knows? The Raiders are horrible.
You hear that?
Yep. Would you break your chair? But anyway, no. I thought the biggest
I
deal.
didn't know what was happening.
One thing I saw was the Bills. I mean, I can't figure them out.
Buffalo's such a spastic team.
4-3 killed Miami. Now I would have picked Miami to lose to Philadelphia because I think Philadelphia is a better team overall. Line, defensive.
I wouldn't have touched the game, but I kind of felt like Philadelphia.
Offensive line, defensive line, running back, wide receivers are all better than the Dolphins.
Oh, you mean better than that speed offense?
No, they just are because the defense is just better.
Is that speed offense a mirage?
No,
it only works against shitty teams?
No, they're a built team to win the Super Bowl. They just are. You've got. I thought the 49ers. We'll see later. Because I think they're weak at quarterback. I've said this, I don't know, for 2 fucking years. But anyway, and it'll come to fruition.
Year and a half.
Whatever.
Year and a half.
It's gonna.
Yeah, you need to stop jinxing quarterbacks.
Second year.
You need to stop. Joe Burrow has gone into the dirt.
Well, I called it.
Justin Herbert, who you love, is trash.
Said they need a new coach.
Can you say that again? Can you say that about Patrick Mahomes? Can you put him in the?
Oh no, he's just good. He's generational. I promise you.
Can you actually?
But he's got a generational coach too.
Can you? Say
they do
that
things
about
differently.
Patrick Mahomes, so he's not so good, and they lose.
No.
City.
No, I think that.
Oh, it's because you drafted him.
Get that bad juju out.
Yeah.
No, I need you to say that about.
Nope, get it out of your mouth.
No, I mean, I think Andy Reid and him are like the perfect duo, and I honestly think that the Eagles, I mean, they do look the best built team. They went to the Super Bowl last year and lost. Defensive coordinator
close.
left.
What was it? 3 points.
Offensive and defensive coordinator.
Yeah, lost both coordinators, and they don't look like they've missed a beat a whole lot this year. And I think they're playing in the weak NFC. I think the AFC is harder. Talent-wise,
yeah.
But no, those all-star teams have not showed up though. I mean, you look at the Ravens this week. I mean, who else you got in the NFC besides the 49ers and the Eagles? There's no one else. We
thought Detroit, and Detroit
exactly. I picked Detroit, and they got hammered by the Ravens. And all of a sudden, you put the Ravens in the mix of the AFC. It just makes that harder.
Yeah, but here's the deal: Lamar had a game that he hasn't had in 2 years. I mean,
it's true, and he's been healthy this whole season.
He has. Knock on wood, because he.
This is plastic.
Not my fucking pick. I don't have to knock on shit.
No, guy, it's not my pick.
No, we're
either.
just talking about Lamar. We're just talking about Lamar being healthy.
I'm just kidding, but it'll make it interesting. But Detroit, you look at that. Their weakness is defense. Obviously, we know that.
Who called the Tampa Bay Atlanta game? You knew. No. We did talk about this.
They won by 3 fucking points.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
They were picked to lose by 2.5 points.
Okay, whatever.
Hey.
I would have never thought. I took that as a whim.
Baker had a really good game.
I took that as a whim and never thought that Atlanta was actually going to win.
Baker's interception right at the end of the game in the fourth quarter.
Made a bad mistake.
He did.
Yep.
That's what cost them.
You know what? No, but I'm telling you, Tampa's problem is not Baker Mayfield.
I'm not saying it is, but that cost them this game.
Their offensive line and their running back.
But they got those guys back. They got a lot of the offensive line healthy.
Their center is out for the year
again.
Okay,
Kenny, that center has been out. They need a new center.
2 years. No, he's the best player.
But
Worse is the best player in the league, and that's all they have.
They got offensive line guys back from this week. They got guys back.
Dude, they're not any good on the offensive line.
Well, that's your fault.
It's not. It's just
they've
had injuries
them up
and whatever.
And see if they get better.
Jensen was one of the top-rated centers, and Wirfs is the top-rated tackle.
Maybe, Kitty, you just need a little faith.
No, it's not faith because they can't run the ball.
I need a little faith. I gotta have faith.
So I think that when you get down to the NFL, and like we talked about, it is better that. Did you want to keep singing? Is that what you want to do? Because it was horrible.
I just wanted the Oculus.
No, but I mean the Bills disappoint again.
Here's the deal with the Bills.
How are the Steelers 4-2?
Here's the deal with the Bills.
Well, that's a Rams disappointment. You look right over there. who's got someone. I think did he have the Rams winning?
Kenny, pull your arm back. You're
there it is, right there. Yes, we're in the blue.
You're in the AFC.
Blue.
You were.
Well, that's where the good teams play. I was trying to slide.
But
back
the Rams are in the NFC.
But you talk about the Bears a little bit. You act like that.
Two different teams.
Tonight kind of fucks up with the Vikings winning, maybe. But I mean, the Bears being number 2 don't look so bad because the Packers look horrible. If the Vikings were to lose tonight, I mean, that'd be 2-6.
Oh, and the Chargers got all lucky calls. I mean, there was a lot of calls that went against the Chargers. The Chiefs.
I don't know.
Chiefs should have never got a lot of those calls.
I thought the Chargers.
It's all Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
I thought the Chargers. That Herbert really made a lot of mistakes in that game.
He did. He made some.
I don't know. Pull up his stats.
No. Let's look at it. So you're looking at 17 points in the first half, and then you blank out. Now they did blank.
I know
the Chiefs
my fantasy
out.
team was showing in the second half. I wanted to get 250.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. The week I get to play Kenny, I have 3 players on a bye week.
Hey, somebody beat Kenny.
I have three of my starters are on a bye this week. And Kenny's players.
Excuses.
Kenny's players.
Excuses. You gotta have a backup who's just as good as your
but
starter.
I have multiple Detroit players, and they got shit hammered, kicked ass, and I still won. I had one player on mine that had 0 points.
Okay.
Hang
on.
Yards,
hang on. Your Detroit players, your multiple Detroit players, at the end of the game, Detroit started dropping the ball off on short passes to the run.
Minute.
Yeah, they start dropping.
I'm on St. Bro.
Yeah.
And he got 23 points, but I didn't need it. I put Foreman in with 4 minutes left for the kickoff, and I pulled out Madison. What's Madison done? Anyway, Justin Herbert. No, look at that. One touchdown, 2 interceptions. Kellen Moore's is. They hired Kellen Moore. It's like he just signed his death warrant.
He's a guru
as a coach. He's done. Yeah,
he's done.
He's done.
He's going to go to college.
I'm surprised he's not even fired right now.
He's going to.
No, I'm talking about Staley, the head coach.
Oh, both of them.
No. Princess will get a job somewhere else. I mean, someone's going to hire him as a quarterback coach. Probably
he'll end up going to NCAA.
There was a rumor that
Kellen Moore.
There was a rumor that Boise State wanted to hire him, and they haven't had a good year. So maybe.
I know, but Kellen Moore, after what he's done with Dak Prescott, and then what he's done with
progressively gotten worse.
What has he done?
Progressively
with
gotten
worse.
Just gone downhill.
I think Dallas decision making. I have no stats to back this up. Trust me, because I think Dallas's running game is worse without Zeke. I know that sounds odd, but it is.
This was on something that I listened to.
It is. But I think statistically, though, Dak, I haven't even looked at this. It'd be interesting to look. I think he's played better under McCartney than he had under what's his name?
Who?
Smiley.
Who?
The offensive coordinator for
Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore, yes. I think Dak has looked better.
Did you see his head?
Under McCartney, minus the running game.
Better.
But no, I'm just.
But he's still garbage.
I didn't say he wasn't.
I'm just saying this
better.
season. This season.
Yeah.
He's playing better without Kellen Moore there. And McCarthy.
That's what Kenny's saying.
Yeah. Well,
but the running game.
He said it so.
But no, the running game struggles though. I mean, they're better with Zeke. I'm sorry. I mean, they ain't got another running back.
And what I
because you got Pollard and who?
A couple of guys that I listened to.
Deuce, they haven't played at all.
No, Pollard. What's the 23?
A couple of guys I listened to earlier said that Kansas City quietly has a really good defense that everybody kind of is overlooking.
Kansas City?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They've probably got...
I said that last year, and you told me last year that Kansas City's defense was their weakness.
It is their weakness. Their offense is badass, but I'm not saying they weren't bad. It's just their weakness. This year, they're better. And Spagnolia, their defense coordinator, he's a veteran. He won Super Bowls.
Spags was with
the Giants.
Yeah, he was with the Giants.
When they beat Brady.
And he also...
the guy's a good coach.
Head coach at
Rams, horrible.
Was he at Rams? I was going to say Indianapolis.
That was in the St. Louis era. No, he wasn't ever in Indianapolis. But no.
Spagnolia never defensive coordinator in there?
Oh, maybe, but not head coach. Head coach at the Rams.
I swear that he was in Indy.
He might have been a defensive coordinator. But so what? Anyway, no, they are better. And they got Frank Clark back. No, is it not Frank? Is it Frank Clark? The Chiefs.
Purdy threw a touchdown.
Oh, look at him go!
Hopefully it was to Kettle.
A touchdown.
Let's find out. It's 14-19 currently.
So what's going to happen is what's the spread on that game? To be
It looks
honest?
like McCaffrey.
Was it like 5?
7.
The 49ers are going to win, but screw me on the spread is what's going to happen. Yeah,
baby.
Even worse.
Yeah, baby.
It's the worst possible outcome.
Yeah. Ooh, have you feel that inside of you, Kenny?
No,
it is to pass to Christian McCaffrey.
Hey, pull that off.
He has a rushing and a passing touchdown.
Cool. So,
but Kittle has 44 yards, and I don't think you're getting this. Your defense is letting you down.
My defense is letting me down.
What do you want, Kenny?
move back to the scores. I'm going to talk about a few more games before we close up.
We're trying to look at this. Can you?
Yeah, I mean,
Can
it's
you let us have our
19-14.
fun?
You know, Purdy's coming back. You guys are all giddy about.
Okay, so
Don't talk about stupid games. Let's talk
no.
about
I want to talk Steelers Rams. Kenny Pickett, his tiny hands is 4-2.
He's 4-2.
Can you justify this? Can any of us justify this?
They're horrible. Matt Canada sucks.
Well, we know Canada sucks, and that's what's happening at hockey games and football and college football games. Is everybody's saying fire Canada? Canada sucks, and they were like, well, we have to justify it. They're talking about the offensive coordinator for the Steelers, and there was something that was said that he looked very upset. I think Kenny Pickett was changing the calls.
Who knows? Oh yeah, that was 2 weeks ago.
But
he changed the touchdown.
And Canada was getting pissy. Like Canada, you can see Canada wasn't happy, and
no, I think we've had enough talk about Canada all year long. I mean, it's kind of like
the country or the
just all year.
Both,
I mean,
yes.
just both. I mean, that's all they talk about. It's just the same old shit over and over with these scenarios.
Canada.
No, I mean it's just dumb. I mean that's the problem with NFL is they get on this little tidbit and they just keep eating it alive and nobody cares.
Oh, you mean like Taylor Swift?
Oh,
Agreed.
shit. I'm so tired of that bullshit.
Agreed.
What does Taylor Swift have to do with football? No, nothing. Nothing
Nothing.
except, it's money.
She's bringing young girls to football.
I know. So you suck some
do
dude's
that, but
dick
that would be-
that you're dating,
that would
and
be
all of a
illegal.
sudden now I'm sorry.
Look at that Travis Kelce dick, and all of a sudden
I know it's stupid. It has
Remember
nothing to do
remember
with the
when Brian
game.
Urlacher was plowing Paris Hilton and was like, "Bleh, why, Brian, have standards, please."
I'm over it. Who gives a shit whether she's in the stands? Obviously it's money. I understand what you're saying, but it has nothing to do with the outcome of the game. So why do we spend 45 minutes during the game, before the game, after the game, talking about her being there cheering, and it shows her the whole game?
But one funny thing has come out of that.
It's marketing is its
One
finest.
funny thing has come out of that. So Jason's on the Eagles, right?
Yeah.
And he's doing his warm-ups. And apparently a Swiftie was at the game and was like, "Oh, look, I found another Kelce," and posted it to the Swiftie network. And it's like, "Look, he's doing happy feet." He was doing his warm-up, and he had a band on his knee trying to activate the knee and all that. And he was talking to his brother, and he goes, "Yeah, it's really weird." He goes, "But yeah, I was just doing my warm-ups."
We kind of said, "Hey, at least she made you more popular, well known." I just want to remind everybody that Houston, Texas beat the Steelers 30-6 on October 1.
Well, no, we're not discounting
I think that's all we need to talk about for the rest of the year with the Steelers.
That Houston team is
Not going to make the playoffs. Neither is the Steelers.
They're not, but they're a weird team.
Weird, better, but Steelers suck. I mean, that's the whole deal. I mean, the people are talking about these teams that just are fucking garbage. They're just garbage.
Okay, until they have a losing record.
All right, Kenny. So the top two teams that we have in both sides, we all agree on the top two teams. We can't say who the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams are after that.
But everyone's like, "Oh shit, look at them! Here they come." Pittsburgh could lose the next 6.
Yeah, we know.
Or they could win the next 6.
We're well aware of that, Kenny.
I wouldn't say that. The likelihood of losing the next 6 is better than the winning the next 6 with that offense.
We're not trying to say that's not a correct answer.
Seahawks
or an astute observation.
The best thing though is about the Lions, because this the new America's team is the Lions, allegedly. And I think that America's going to
They're
back
the love
off them a
affair.
little bit.
They're the love affair.
Going to back off a little bit because the defense, the offense is
saying
obviously
they're
horrible.
the love
Because the
affair.
Ravens have a pretty good defense, but you wouldn't think they'd give up 36 points.
Geno Smith in Seattle. I mean, with
Cardinals 1-6.
They're 4-2. The
I'm just
Packers.
saying.
Play them in your fantasy,
I'm
boys.
just
Who's
saying.
got them? Start 'em.
Remember when we
That's my point.
Remember when your son was all Packers are back? They beat the Bears in one game.
No, I thought Love had a bad pick at the end of that game. It was ugly. He's just young.
The Bears
And
were
you got
just
Coach
bad.
LaFraud. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been talking about that guy for years, too.
And Justin Fields was horrible. Justin Fields was an idiot.
LaFraud. Coach LaFraud.
Yeah, it was a battle of who's the worst. And the fact that the Broncos beat the Packers, fun game. Then we get to Dolphins Eagles, and like we said, Philly just
I would have
Took it
called
to
that
him.
about that. I wouldn't have picked the game, but I would have picked the Eagles to win. I wouldn't have thought about that.
I would not have.
And that game was tied.
The way the Dolphins,
the
way
Eagles-
the way
but
the
the
They
Dolphins
jumped up
offense
early,
is,
17.
but they
nothing,
tied
and
it.
then
Eagles
they
got a
tied it,
touchdown,
yeah.
and then Tua threw the bad pick, and it
we
was
go.
a touchdown.
Anything
No,
else?
the whole thing
Or
about
was
that
it a
game.
tip? I can't remember what was that interception return?
It was a tip, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But here's the deal: the whole thing about that
No, that was
game,
tip.
when they needed Jalen Hurts, he went for it on.
Remember,
fourth
he
down.
came out with a
Fourth
he came out
down,
with a leg
push.
brace. He came out with the leg brace in the second half.
I'm just saying, when they need him, players that win. I don't give a shit.
Hey, I'm just saying that team is built to win the Super Bowl. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Yeah, but you
Even
can't say that
losing both
Jalen.
coordinators.
I mean,
The team overall is built to win the Super Bowl. It's not a quarter. Okay. Let's back up a little.
so would you pick?
I'd take the Eagles team over the Chiefs team in a heartbeat.
I'm not saying that.
What's the difference? They have a better record. Or they're leading the AFC.
Okay, here's my question.
What's the difference?
Would you take Hurts over Prescott over Burrows?
Didn't say Prescott.
No, I'm
Burrows, maybe healthy
Asking.
Burrows.
He's a-
Maybe healthy
I-
Burrows because I think
yeah.
he's got some
Can you,
talent.
can you let him ask a question before you just pop off like a?
Okay.
No,
Poop
we
nugget?
can't.
I would never take Dak over Hurts with that team.
Okay, would you take Burrows? Would you take
Healthy Burrows.
Purdy? Would you take Herbert? Okay, so there is my point. You're talking about the team is set up to win,
But-
their quarterback sucks. But
Well, I said I'd
you
take
can't-
Burrow. I'd take Mahomes. I'd take a lot of quarterbacks on that team.
Would you really
over
take
Hurts.
Burrow? You've been dog cussing Burrow for a while.
On the Eagles?
Okay.
Yes. That's Super Bowl easy.
So my point is,
Stafford.
you can't.
Yes. Healthy Stafford.
Goff?
Yes. I don't know. I've never been sold on him.
My
He
point-
has good stats.
My point
though.
is you can't take Hurts out of the top 10 quarterbacks in
No,
the
because
NFL
the team
right now.
The team he's around, yes. I just think if you put my whole scenario on that with Purdy, with Hurts, some of these other quarterbacks, I'm beginning to really get low on Allen. You've got to find quarterbacks. The team around them is built perfectly for them.
But-
because Hurts runs the ball a lot. You agree with that, right? Probably more than most quarterbacks. Okay. So, but
But
if
he
you
doesn't
don't,
get hurt
I didn't say that.
like
I didn't say that because
Lamar and the rest of them
didn't
that
say
try
that.
to run it.
No, and Lamar's probably his equal, if not more, running. But Hurt, yes, agreed. Even though Sean just said he had a knee brace on in the second half, so he had some sort of injury there. Agreed. You don't wear it for fun. Okay.
I'm not disagreeing
So-
with that, but he's
So getting ready to, but anyway.
I've got a knee brace. Little
I'm saying, and I'm not. Everyone thinks I'm a Hurts hater. I just said
you
that,
are. You
No,
have said he sucks.
I didn't say he sucks. I said
Yes.
You have been.
the team that he's at. It was the perfect situation for that. The team was built
Was it
before he
perfect
got
when
there.
Wentz was there.
What? He made the playoffs, and Wentz is horrific. I'd take Hurts all day long over Wentz.
Wentz didn't make the playoffs. With
They
Seaman,
never
did he?
made the playoff. Yeah, they did.
with the head coach now. What is the head
Oh
coach
no,
now?
not with the head coach.
That's
now.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
they won a Super Bowl with that head coach.
Right. And,
Yeah, not the head coach now, right? Is that what we're
Nick Foles
No, is that what we're talking about though?
Yeah,
Just
that's
saying head coach.
yeah,
Okay,
I'm
okay.
trying to
Just
say.
making sure you knew the head coach, the
Trying to
Super
say,
Bowl winning
with the
one,
head coach.
and the non-Super Bowl winning head coach.
Correct. Well,
I'm just saying.
all I'm saying
Hands.
is
Sorry.
you
I told you about hands.
are down on a lot of quarterbacks.
I am, because the quarterback is a driven league, and you have to find the team and the right coach to put those quarterbacks in the right position.
You were Deshaun Watson to the Browns. Oh my God, he needs a year.
Didn't know he's going to turn into a pussy, but yeah,
he needs a year to get back. I'm just saying, your picks on quarterbacks.
I said his talent
is shitty.
But look at what
look at the records. Who you pick sucks ass, and who you say
not now, but
wins.
Look who he done with Houston. I mean, he should have beat, if the defense wasn't shit, he'd have been in the fucking Super Bowl or AFC Championship when they should have beat the Chiefs that year. Remember, they went up 24 to something or nothing? The defense gave it up. Of course, the coaching was shit too. But that guy was talented. Houston was relevant then. They're still not since he left. Yes or no?
Okay.
Yes or no?
No. But the Browns were relevant with Baker. And then he got hurt.
And
then now they've got Deshaun. Are they relevant?
I didn't disagree.
Yes or no?
They won last week without him, but it was their defense.
No?
I'm just saying.
You won't answer the question.
He got hurt. He had a concussion. He was in concussion protocol. That's what they said.
Does he need a massage? Would that help him?
Yeah.
Would a massage help him?
We talk about all these quarterbacks that are
shit,
but they got winning records, and the quarterbacks that are great have losing records.
Never did I say that Hurts was shit. I just said that you put him on a different team, he's not going to have the stats or the wins.
Okay, you put him on the Cowboys team, he's still better than Prescott.
I didn't say that.
You put him on the 49ers, he's better
than Burrows.
What? Say that again?
You put him on the 49ers, he's better than Purdy. I'm sorry, Sean.
Total agree.
I'm not going to argue.
Total agree.
But
the team is.
You put him on the Bears, he's better than Fields. You're MVP.
Total agree.
Put him on.
Okay, you're saying he's better than the quarterback, but is he better than he would be at the Eagles? That's my point. You guys
put him on the Dolphins.
He's better than Tua. We're talking about quarterbacks. We're not talking about teams.
Put him on the Dolphins.
I'm talking about teams,
guys.
Put him
on the Dolphins. He's
that's always my question.
Oh my God, he's better.
Better than Tua.
He's better than a lot of quarterbacks. But I'm saying
than Tua.
He's not going to be what he is at the Eagles if he goes to someone else.
Okay. But you changed the argument.
I didn't change the argument.
I said you're switching quarterbacks straight up, just quarterbacks.
Okay, now hold on. Now
that's the team. I don't give a fuck about the team. You take this quarterback that's on this team and you put Hurts on it. He's still fucking better.
Okay, so he's better, but does he win as much as if he was on the Eagles?
Yes.
No, he does not win as much as if he's on the Eagles.
Does his stats look better? Hold on. Does his stats?
No.
Is he throwing? Is he NFL?
You
is he
can't
MVP?
change the argument to fit your narrative. That's the problem.
I wasn't changing my narrative. My whole time I've said that team is built for him. The team around him is better than a lot of teams, and it makes him look better than other quarterbacks. Yes or no? That's my narrative.
Okay, my narrative is you can change
him out. Don't care about that. I don't care.
But you don't care because it doesn't fit your narrative.
He would be better than some. Oh my God, he would be better than some, but he
would be better than most.
But he's not better than what he is now.
Quarterbacks in the league.
But he's not better than he is now. Is my point.
So you put him on Dallas. He's not better than he is now.
No, Philadelphia's better.
Okay,
they're overall better.
So the 49ers, he's not better.
That's the only other team that he might be better. That's it.
The 49ers.
That's it. There's no other team built better than the Eagles. I'm just telling you. The best offensive line in the league. One of the best defense. You've got a running game. My point is that his team.
His point is
I told
no matter what I argue, it's not.
I didn't say he was the worst quarterback. I said it makes.
We were talking about quarterbacks, though. We wasn't talking about teams.
Oh my God! I have consistently said in all the podcasts that Philadelphia is the best made team. And
you said
or the 49ers. Yeah, either way. But quarterbacks can be transitioned in or out. I'm not saying that if you put him at the Carolina Panthers, he's going to look better than Bryce Young. Nobody's arguing that. My point is that Bryce Young's going to look better if he goes to the Eagles than he is at the fucking Panthers.
No. He's still not going to have a winning record,
compare him to that. You see my point? It's the team around him.
That's what we are comparing them to.
Okay, you two. Let's calm it down. We're 34.
Oh, yeah. Outdoor minute. Get it.
I have nothing.
He's just so like, whatever. Just
Yeah.
do your outdoor minutes so I can
think of an argument to come back about the
I
outdoor
can get
minutes.
some stats.
There was a deer that walked by on this day that you should have shot.
All right, updating the game. It's 14-22.
Now I wouldn't disagree that it. Now hold on. Now if
we gonna go.
if Hurts was playing right now at Seattle or at the 49ers, he'd probably be beating the Vikings. I'm not disagreeing with that. Just saying.
Okay. We're gonna close out with some some baseball with some MLB.
Sure.
Okay, so it looks like
Is there a rain delay? It's been the second inning for an hour, dude.
Does Houston? I thought Houston had a dome. Don't they have a?
They do, but what's going on with that? Do we need an update?
Hold on. Yeah, I don't think I updated it. I don't think it's updating itself. It's
How about
it went from,
update?
what was that? Was that 3-1 to 10-2?
Yeah, exactly.
3-1 to
Yeah.
10-2.
All right, so we have an update now, everyone. By the way, Kenny slaughtered Creston in fantasy football, but that's beside the point.
Hey, look at the Rangers, though. Give Rangers credit.
Huge credit.
Won every game on the road.
Yeah.
And they're going to win this one now. And look at the hits. I mean, I don't like the Rangers
a hit parade.
necessarily, but I love watching Houston lose. That's all I'm going to say. I'll leave it at that.
And this is Game 7. Went all the way to Game 7. That means that Houston pulled 3 at home.
Yep.
Oh,
Yes.
no, not at home.
On the
On
road.
the road. The Rangers can't win at home.
And right now, the
It's all
Diamondbacks took Game
They tied it
6
up
from
tonight.
the Phillies, tied it up with the Phillies, and the Phillies are technically the better team.
I got a feeling Phillies
But
win by about
Arizona-
10-2 tomorrow.
Phillies.
Big win.
Arizona is a very plucky team.
Phillies win big tomorrow, though, is my prediction.
Oh, my
Not that I'm
God.
rooting for that. I think it is.
Well, I don't know who I'm rooting for now. I might be rooting for the Phillies because of the Philly fanatic and Bryce Harper.
We watched the Rangers, so
And that
I can
Bryce-
say I watched a World Series
We
winning team.
watched a World Series,
And
too.
maybe
We
that was
all-
the good luck charm. Yes,
we watched
all.
the World
Yes,
Series.
we
team.
all. I said
not
we.
just you. No,
I
you
thought I
said
said
I.
No, you didn't. You
said
said I. You did.
Oh, okay. I forgot y'all were there, but
It's
little-
just the podcast. It's all about Kenny.
You know what it really
Kenny is
no,
the
what it
best.
really
We don't
was.
exist to you.
No,
do
what
we?
it really was, it was.
Do we only exist
No, it was
on
a
the
lot
day
of
for
those
the
Mick
podcast?
Ultras. I just forgot. I know it was the Mick Ultras. I just forgot because they didn't have my beer at the stadium.
Is that what pissed you off during the PGA game that you were watching in the?
That was Corona premiere. It didn't piss me off. I was enjoying it.
Oh no, it pissed you off. It pissed you off because you came downstairs with an attitude.
True.
We were having pool fun, and then you came down,
with his belt on.
and I had to
with
pee,
his belt.
and you wouldn't let me go pee. So I got
Fuck
pissed
that.
off
We're
at
staying
you.
here.
Yeah, I'm bringing that shit back up. All right,
Good
so,
times.
So mid-7th, Rangers up 10-2, 12 hits. I don't know who's pitching tonight.
Who cares? It doesn't matter.
Well,
Rangers gonna win this.
How do you say that? Is it like Saboro?
I don't know. Hey, what?
Sabores?
Hey, give him credit. I mean, but listen, Bruce Bochy, Manager of the Year, no doubt.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
He's already a Hall of Famer for his playing. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. I mean, the guy, and it mattered because he was out of the game for a little bit, and the Rangers went, hey, Ron Washington, minus his cocaine deal, was a good manager too. He took them to 2 World Series in a row and lost. And then they went through this just randomness. But listen, coaching matters. We've talked about this.
Just talk right through that,
Coaching matters. Not as much in baseball as one would think, but you can tell it does. Because it's all about culture. I mean, just to get the play. I mean,
there are certain aspects that do matter in baseball.
well, think about how much they lost during the end of the year. The Rangers.
Oh,
They were out of first place most of the year. When we watched them, they were first place.
Yeah,
we
they
need to
were-
get
they
that
were-
lead.
they were first.
And then all of a sudden,
He said we.
then all of a sudden, Seattle.
He made a point to say.
Now, hold on, Seattle
he did.
hopped up
He
there.
looked you right in the eyes.
I said we.
Seattle hopped up there and was first place for a while. And so they were essentially out of the playoffs. I mean, it's going to be a great run if they win it. Hey, who knows if they do or not, but it's been fun baseball.
It's been great baseball. It's been a hell of a lot of fun. What is this?
That's a punt into the field goal.
No,
That looks like a field goal.
it's a field goal.
Did they get it?
Yeah, it's 17.
It was 14.
Oh,
That's 3 points right there.
nice. Look at Brock Purdy getting a field goal. Oh, he don't kick those, does he? Anyway.
You don't know that he doesn't.
Any closing thoughts?
Just let Kenny have his hour of talking.
No, I don't have anything else to say. Actually, I was looking over my note. Oh, hold on. Let me pull up my notes. I might have some more.
0-3. 0-3.
No,
Cameron Rising shut down for the year. Is that a smart move? I mean, is he gonna? Is this his final year at Utah?
Probably so.
Do you think he transfers out, or does
he tries to draft?
Does he
I don't
go to
know.
the NFL?
He might have it. I don't know. COVID years confuse me. What about Quinn Ewers out for a few games? Could be 2 games, could be 4.
Well, he's done this before.
They've got BYU coming up, and Kansas State's the second game.
No, I didn't even look to see if they brought in Arch Manning.
No, it's Malik Murphy.
Yeah, they brought in.
Who's better than Arch Manning? Will always be harder than Arch Manning.
Kenny, stop.
Hey, you want to talk about a quarterback that ain't shit? That guy. Mark it down. Slap a label on it.
Leave a phone on
Hey,
the
like
table.
I was telling some... who was I talking to today about Arch
We have
Manning?
no idea
He
who
played
you talked
3A football, essentially, what you would compare to Oklahoma. You know, didn't
Yeah,
go to any of the camps, didn't do any of the 7-on-7s. He avoided all that to look like...
he got passed because of his name.
He's banking right now on money, and he's not even playing.
And remember,
that's a problem
Landry Jones, he was, what, 6A? 5A, technically?
Are you talking about Landry Jones from Oklahoma?
Yes.
He played football in Arizona. How's that work out for quarterbacks?
No, I thought he was Texas. Who was Texas?
I don't
was
know.
it Trevor Knight?
He sucked too.
No, but
I don't know. I had the
kids
Alabama
we
win
got
that one year. That
was a nice win, though.
Yeah,
well, there were kids that we got that did play.
Yeah, but I think he was a transfer. But no, I mean, Arch Manning. I don't know.
I mean, technically, Sam Bradford.
I say that he's going to suck.
Sam Bradford was
4A. No, he was 5A because he was
5A.
Yeah, he was a big school in Oklahoma City.
Can you say?
He might have been 6 actually.
Might have been.
Yeah,
because
he was a big school.
Was Tuttle. Or was he Tuttle?
Lower? He was Tuttle. Yeah, Jason White was Tuttle. But no, going back to Arch Manning, I say that he's going to suck. I'm kidding, but his competition level wasn't great, and he never really got in all of the 7-on-7, the camps and stuff like that to show off because
which is weird.
He was already made. I mean, would you do that?
Why would you show up and look like shit when you were already?
But did he play the Under Armour High School or?
I don't think
McDonald's
he done a lot of that stuff.
What are the high school games? I don't even know who does the high school.
Did 3A Tulsa, Texas even get to McDonald's? That might have been
No.
Burger King.
There's just the player. There's the overall.
I understand.
National.
But all the fans are clamoring, and then even the commentators on the TV. Someone said, allegedly said that that Manning was taking snaps for the second team. I'm like, well, that shows you what Sark's doing for the culture. There is he's slapping that at what? He's patting that on the ass. It's never going to work. He borderline. If you do that like Matt Brown.
Hey! I didn't say what he was building. I said he was building it.
Hey, listen. Venables is a different story. Either you play, or you don't. If you're good in practice, you're going to play.
And that's what I love about Brent. That's what I love about Brent.
Love you, but I'm tough nosed. We're going to win.
I need you to play. If you don't want to play, there's the door.
Yeah, you, and it's going to be
transfer portal open.
And we're not saying that.
An hour.
I'm never going to say that Brent's going to be the best coach in history of OU or whatever. It just I like the how we're trending right now, I guess is the best word.
It's weird that he looks like Colin
with
Roberts.
recruiting.
He looks like Colin
with everything that he's doing.
Weird face.
He's a young 50-something.
He is very smiley,
and
he loves being in pictures with guys. He loves his recruits. You can tell he loves his recruits.
Hey, ask Clemson fans if they like him back.
They absolutely would love him back. But if you look at any of the
or DJ Ugovaloa, would they like him back too?
Oh, I bet they would. But you look at all the pictures of Brent Venables with commitments with the kids. He is right there with them. He's got the family. He's like, no, get the family in here. We're all together. We are, and he's smiling so big. He's happy. You can tell that he loves the kids, and he wants them to be there, and he wants the kids to want to be there.
He's college football. He's one of those guys that's always going to be in college. Nick Saban, he tried the NFL thing. But
Spurrier.
You're going to see those guys that some are just never going to go to college.
Urban Meyer.
You mean
league
you mean
college,
NFL?
Sorry. No, but I can't count those guys.
Who? Spurrier?
Or Urban.
Why?
Well, they left.
Yeah, but they came back.
Yeah, but I'm saying
they came back and rebuilt programs.
I see that these guys that are just never going to leave.
Well, no, but we don't want Urban to because Urban is a creeper.
Oh, he's coming back.
Urban's a perv.
Oh, he's ready.
Right, he's going to Penn State. Just fucking with you.
Michigan State?
Probably. Maybe.
Yeah.
But,
I could see that.
I think it's Kansas coach. I'm going to mark that down a little bit.
You think?
And I think he's taking Daniels with him. That's why he's not playing. He doesn't
Daniels
have to
got
redshirt.
injured.
But he hadn't played that max game that he can go immediately. He doesn't have to redshirt. He's going to save a year. You're not going.
I thought Daniels did. I thought Bean was the one that hasn't redshirted all the way.
No, it's Daniels hadn't played his 4 games this year.
Yeah, but what about last season?
Doesn't matter. You save a year if you don't play the 4. You see.
I thought Daniels played almost all last season.
He did, but he doesn't have to this year.
This year,
it's a free year.
It's a free year.
You can play and then get hurt.
Yeah.
Are you itching your weird beard?
No, I'm just saying. That's my prediction.
I'm itching.
He was Wisconsin Whitewater. Wisconsin Whitewater coach. I mean,
Wisconsin Whitewater. Where's that at?
That's where Leopold came from. Is Division III. Urban's coming back. I hadn't figured out where yet.
He can't
do Michigan State.
He should
because they have to play Ohio State. I mean, just like last week, he was on the big noon kickoff and. All the fans for Ohio State were just going nuts when he was there. Just, oh, I love you, Urban. He's not going to go.
He needs to be done.
He's not going to go somewhere that is in the Big Ten.
He just needs to be not around football. He is.
What SEC job's coming open?
Arkansas.
Possible.
Yeah, if Pittman doesn't, because they're talking about Pittman replacing.
Enos was fired today or yesterday.
The offensive coordinator.
Yeah, offensive coordinator.
So, yeah.
8 games in.
They
hired him from Central
But
Michigan.
hey, you look at Auburn's coach Hugh Freeze. He's
fine.
But look at his team.
He's fine.
Look at his old team. Yeah. Liberty's undefeated. Air Force undefeated.
Means he built a good team.
He did. James Madison undefeated.
Yeah, he's fine. I'm just thinking
we don't really talk about those.
No,
teams,
but SEC jobs opening though. I mean, is Arkansas the only one?
I think so because A&M can't afford to fire.
Ugh. That could be the possible.
What's his name?
I could see Urban Meyer rolling in down there going,
yeah.
We're going to build a program here.
Gonna need more money.
And Texas clubs will be like, come on in, baby. Wow. That's an interesting thought. That's the only job I can think of in the SEC besides Arkansas.
Because Leach just died, and so
they're going to keep him another year.
I know, but this is the guy's first season.
Yeah, Zach Arnett.
Auburn just has Hugh Freeze.
Yeah.
He just got hired.
Florida's going to be fine.
Florida had just hired Napier. He's in his second season.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee, they're not getting rid of Josh
Kentucky's not.
overhyped.
Missouri's having a good year. They're not going to.
Beamer's staying in.
Vanderbilt, why would you? Doesn't matter.
Nobody really cares.
He ain't going there.
But nobody cares.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole thing.
Nobody ain't going there. I mean, Urban Meyer ain't going there. We're talking about jobs Urban Meyer would take.
Yeah.
Because there's something out there.
Yeah,
he's
there's nothing
onto.
SEC. I don't think he wants to come back to SEC. I think SEC really, that was what hurt his heart. You know what? He might go to Pac. Oh, they don't exist anymore.
No. Oh, would USC be available?
Could be.
Oh,
for
that
what?
could be another one.
Yeah, but
But I kind of
he's
agree.
not
Do
going
you
to the
want to
Big
go
Ten.
play
Yeah.
him at the Big Ten? I think I'm. Yeah.
That would be the only way that USC ever comes back from anything is having to hire Urban Meyer.
No, I think that's a good place to build. I think that Big Ten's going to be odd
I don't
going
think it
to.
is.
But
the money. One, you need a stadium. You need to fix the stadium.
Well, money no. Well, UCLA's
the
worse.
Coliseum needs to be.
Yeah, but UCLA's worse. They don't even have an on-site. They got to play in the Rose Bowl, and it's like
well,
an hour away.
They've always played in Pasadena.
Nah, but I mean, it's not even on campus. I mean, if you don't have it's like Pittsburgh, University of Pittsburgh. It's cool you play at the Steelers, but it's half full. I mean,
Steelers are 4-2.
We've heard.
Explain how Tomlinson is going to keep his job.
He will, because they don't fire coaches at Pittsburgh.
No. All right.
I'm done.
I'm not saying a word.
Well, I think this is. Are you sure?
Can we give a quick update on the score before we leave, though?
Nope. I already closed everything. Oh, no, I actually still have it open.
Okay, let's see.
I thought I closed it.
Oh,
I opened. I had another screen open. Yeah, let me just go ahead and. Let me just go ahead and look real quick. Nope. I gotta touch things and get it going. It should be right there. Did you close that screen? It's 17-22. 11:55 into the fourth. So, ladies and gentlemen, I love you, Creston.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. I don't know what you're talking about.
I haven't had
3 of those are yours. Well, I think 2. I haven't eaten enough. So I've got nothing but liquid inside of me, so all liquid is coming out of me. It's all liquid coming out of me.
I know you do.
Well, how do you know? What are you talking about? You are pissing as hard as I was. Oh, we got some Jordan Addison there. Jordan Addison changed healthy to questionable. What the fuck?
Oh my word. My bladder was like.
My 124 points is so delish.
That's all you got? I got 207 if anybody's counting.
Dude, he's only got 29 points. He's projected at 29.71 now.
Who's that?
Jordan Addison.
Oh, fuck yeah. He's going to have a big game.
Oh, he is. He's having a big game. He's only got 2 touchdowns, 110 yards.
Can't blame Purdy for that defense, though, can we?
Nope. No, but I can claim that I took your wife's second virginity.
Oh, was that number 2?
Oh, I think our mics are still on. Oh, there it is.